The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I'm starting the show off on my own this evening for reasons which will become apparent very, very soon. Ian's having one of those days where things are going wrong. First, he drops his phone down the toilet, and let's just say the toilet is full. And not of the stuff that you could just rinse off. So anyway, his phone's on the blink, and you know what that man is like with his phone. He put it in some Uncle Ben's, you know, the rice, because putting your phone when it's been down the toilet in some rice is known to be, you know, it's as good a chance of any as drying out your phone. Apparently the dryness of the rice sucks out the moisture. Yeah, not if it's one of those packet rice things that you put in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's got moisture in it, so that didn't work for him. I thought he was joking when he told me about that. And then he comes to work and we ordered food. It was his turn to sort dinner out. Because I've been cooking. But I wasn't cooking today. Absolutely knackered. So we ordered some food. And let's just say an hour later, he gets a message from the company to say, no one's bringing it. The order's off. We're not doing it. So he goes on the chat thing online and has a conversation. I think it was civil. I'm imagining it was. He was trying to work out what was going on. In fact, here he is. He can tell you about it now. Everything all right? Right. Come in and tell him what's going on.
Let's get the aircon on. Let's get the vibe.
Right.
Basically, we're going hungry.
Right, I thought so.
Because out of...
Did you go...
nuclear.
Did you go nuclear?
Yeah.
Right. And how did that go?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, what is that? Oh, no, man. Come on. No more cameras. I mean, the microphones are crapping in. They're buying more cameras.
Right. So what happened... Well, first of all, so I dropped my phone in the toilet today, and the toilet was filled with fecal matter, poo. And there's something.
Fell out of the ceiling.
And there's something missing there. What's going on?
The camera is now attached to the...
What is going on? Where are we? This is like a parallel universe where things are similar, but not quite the same. So anyway, my phone is knackered, right? And it meant that I went and saw my eldest's Christmas show, and I filmed his little bit, just his little bit, and I sent it to my mother-in-law, and she went, this is great, Ian, but there's no sound. Because the phone's not working. That's why there's no sound. I didn't realise. So that's ruined. So the phone is knackered. And I've ordered a new phone. That's fine. I'm ordered a Hawaii, the Chinese phone. The Chinese. Hawaii. But so now my phone was, at least I could get texts and WhatsApps. But now it just, as you can see, it's just switching off and on. That's all it's doing. Switching off and switching on. Of its own accord, right? That's all it's doing. There it goes. So that's a piece of crap.
Did you tell him about the Uncle Ben's?
Well, I didn't have any. You're supposed to, when you get your phone wet, you're supposed to put it in rice. I didn't have any rice, but I did have some Uncle Ben's microwavable rice.
Such a plum, I can't believe you did that.
Why? What is the difference?
Well, one is dry and one has got moisture in it.
I didn't know that until I opened it. So that didn't do any good. But it was kind of working enough. You couldn't. When you make a phone call, you can't hear it unless you put it on speakerphone or put headphones in.
All right, all right.
Anyway, but now it's stopped working. Now it's on and off, and it ruined my son's dreams when I tried to film it. So I've not eaten all day. All I've had today is a packet of Frazzles, because I wanted to introduce my youngest son to Frazzles.
And he liked them. Lesson, yeah.
He liked them. So all I've eaten is Frazzles, because I kept thinking I won't eat because I'll be going into work and we'll order a nice little takeaway.
Whoa.
Nice little vegetarian takeaway, because we're vegetarian in the weekdays now, as you know. And, sorry, I'll set up now. It's very unprofessional of me to come in late, but as Katherine saw, I was my airy.
He was about to lose his...
I was annoyed, and normally, it's some lad on the phone somewhere in the world, okay, and normally I wouldn't. But actually, no, you screwed up my evening. This was justified. This was justified vengeance. So we came in, and we did our little live Twitch as we do, and then we ordered some food at probably about 10. Let's turn this upside down, 'cause it's annoying. About 10 to 9, right? And it said, "Oh, food will be with you at 9:40." 9:40.
I mean, that's tight, but we could manage it.
And Then I looked and it kept saying 9:40 to 9:45. And it kept getting pushed back. So then, and it kept saying, it kept saying on the website, the restaurant is preparing your food. Deliveroo, right? The restaurant is preparing your food, right? Now, we've used Deliveroo so many times, and they've always been great. Always been great. Except, so I messaged them online. So, look, my phone is knackered. Can I give you my friend's phone number? And also, why does it keep saying the restaurant is preparing your food? So the online chap goes, right, we've got your new phone number, but this must be really boring for you at home, but you know what? I don't care. I just don't care. Because this is my life. Share my life with you.
Get it out.
Get my life out. It's life. This is life. No, we don't want that guy. He's a jerk. John in Highbury.
Oh, no.
No. No, John. No. You're a jerk.
Your anger is the magnet on the end of the fishing line for that guy.
So the guy, and he said also, the reason your food is still being prepared is because we haven't found a rider to collect it. They keep rejecting the job. What the heck? So I said, hang on a minute. You're telling me, this is online, you're telling me that the food is ready, but no one's picking it up, so it's going to come late and it's going to be cold. And then the fella in the online chat left the chat. Just left it. Just bowed out. What? That is when I got on the phone.
It is.
That is when I got on the phone, furious. So then I'm on the phone, and then another guy joins the online chat. And so I'm talking to the guy on the phone, and he's doing all the script. We're sorry that you're having difficulties this evening, and we'll do our very best. I said, forget the script. I'm on air in 5 minutes, right? I can't eat when I'm on air. I can. I've done it before, but
it's not nice, though, is it?
It's not nice for you, dear listener. It's not nice for
us.
you.
We love it.
Lovely. We might actually have to order a pizza. Anyway, so he said, "I'm very sorry that this is happening, and we'll do our best to rectify it. And as a token of goodwill, we'll give you a £2.50 delivery waiver voucher." I went, "You what?" He said, "We'll give you £2.50 off the next delivery." I said, "Oh, will you? Well, is that what you're going to do?"
Gosh, won't that break the bank, though? Won't that destroy their company?
I said, "What makes you think I'm ever going to use your company again? What makes you think I'm ever going to use your company again?" I said, "Look, right, I'm hungry, okay? You have ruined my evening. You have ruined my evening. I'm about to go on radio. I'm hungry, and I'm in a bad mood now, and it's your fault, right?" I said, and this is where I chanced it a bit. I said, "I want the food, and I want a full refund." Ooh.
And the response was?
Well, I've got the £2.50 off for the next order.
Oh, my God.
So it didn't go brilliantly. This is broken. Is this broken or new? This is new.
It's new. This is... Oh, look, mine's open as well, then.
Oh, well, they've opened it. So, there's a microphone missing. Weren't there 5 microphones in here? No, 4. So this guy, and he just kept doing the script. I said, "Dude, come on. I want to talk to a human being, not a robot." And basically, I've cancelled the food because he said 5 minutes to, a rider has been found. Oh. So then I'm arguing a bit, and I said, "Right, listen, I'm about to go in on air. It's now past 10 o'clock. I said, what time will my food be delivered?" "I can't tell you that, sir. But there's definitely a rider." He said, that rider's just cancelled, has just rejected the delivery. I said, right, full refund now. So they gave me the full refund. And then, of course, now I'm my dad. Now I'm possessed by the spirit of my dad, right? I'm fuming. So I said to him, I want to speak to a supervisor. I demand to speak to a supervisor. I said, "OK, I'll go and get one for you." And then he comes back after a minute and says, "All of the supervisors are busy bottling it."
Are they all getting on bikes? Because they should. Not got enough riders.
He said, "All of them are busy. If you wait a couple of minutes, I'll get you one." Right now it's like 10:05. I'm thinking, yeah, go on. I'll stay out here all night. I said, all right, yeah, I'll wait. And then I went, do you know what? Forget it. You've ruined my night. You've upset me. I'm hungry. I've got to pass out from hunger. I'm a diabetic.
Oh.
with other health issues, mental health issues. And one of the things that keeps me level is food, which you have failed to deliver. You have ruined my night. Guy who probably lives in India. I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you.
Wow.
Is what I said to him. I'm sorry, sir, that you feel that you would like to kill me. I said, go get out of here. Sound the phone down. Sound the phone down. So, what was that? That's that.
Still, £2.50 off is not to be sniffed at.
It's not to be sniffed at, is it? And I should be using that. But it means...
My microphone is really quiet. Is it the right way round?
Don't touch it. No, it's not. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, it is.
Put your headphones on and listen.
I don't really want to listen to you.
Well...
I'm gonna...
I think someone's turned it up.
There you go, you see. No, I wouldn't bother. Go away, what? John! You're not coming on the show! Go away! You're a joke!
God. I turned my headphones up because my mic was low and then I got that in the ear.
Well, you've got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Blimey.
So, basically, tonight's show is ruined because of a lousy delivery company that up until now has been excellent, and then tonight it balls up and I'm hungry. I'm hangry. I'm hangry.
Exactly
That's a word I taught
my
eldest today, hangry.
Yep.
I'm hangry. So we might have to get a pizza, although I've just eaten a load of flapjack. So my healthy eating, was going to be healthy eating today. I've just eaten a load of flapjack.
No, I'm still starving.
Well, we could get pizza. You don't like pizza because you gave you. Well,
I had a bad episode on pizza last weekend, but it won't be from that shop, will it?
Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Mainly, do you... what is this? Who is this joke? Who is this joker? Oh, this Pedro. I think you've got an extra letter in there you don't need. Do you actually think people believe this bullshit? Name the restaurant and take your chances.
We did. Did you pay attention?
If you were listening, we didn't name the restaurant, but we named the delivery firm. That's who the issue is with. The issue isn't with the restaurant, you absolute muppet, who texts in under the name Pedro, and we know that's not your name. Your phone number ends in 983. The issue isn't with the restaurant. The issue is with the delivery company, who, as I've said, for balance, up until now have provided an excellent service, and I'm always happy to tip their riders. On a day when I'm feeling flush, I've been known to tip the riders £5.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
Normally it's 2 or 3, but sometimes I go 5. I think once I went a tenner. But then the one I did, I won't do that again, because when I did tip one of the riders a tenner once, he had an attitude. He wouldn't even get out of his car. He phoned up from outside. I can't find the building. I went out. He was right outside. I went, "Oh, you're right, mate." He said, "Yeah." And he wouldn't even get out. He went down the window. So never again. Never doing that again. So Pedro, stick that up your jacksie. So that aside, lots to talk about this evening. Namely, O2 being down.
Yeah.
And how it's been a phony day. Me dropping my phone in a toilet full of fecal matter. And I did it, I went, oh no. I had to get it out. So here's the thing. So I had to put my hand in, yank the phone out, sniff it, of course, even though it was covered in it. Then take it down to the kitchen. Then run it under the tap, which is counter to everything we know about.
Why
phones.
did you take it down to the kitchen to run it under the tap?
Well, because I was working in Russia. I had to get to the Uncle Ben's, and then put it in the Uncle Ben's, and then think, nah, this ain't going to work.
It's wet Uncle Ben's, have it?
Yeah, well, but I put the Uncle Ben's back in.
Why would you do that?
I put the Uncle Ben's back in the bag, so we'll have that for tea tomorrow. And it's been one of those days. But then I couldn't get internet when I was out, and I thought, oh, that's my phone. But that's O2. O2 is down. They're blaming it on Ericsson because they were doing like a little bit of software shilly-shallying, and everyone's like running around like a headless chicken because they haven't got the E in their phone, little E in their phone. I'm not on O2. I'm on giff-gaff, but they use the O2 network.
I had that this morning, and then I thought, do you know what? Maybe this is a gift in disguise. I don't have to...
No, it's not. It's an annoyance. 03. So if your phone is working, 0344. I haven't had a pee. I'm hungry. I've been chomping on Karen's flapjack. No one wants to chomp on Karen's flapjack. Trust me.
Well, everyone's been doing it.
I know. Her flapjack's been passed around the office. The Talk Sport boys loved it.
Irresistible.
It was all sticky. Very sticky. Tastes a little bit bitter, if I'm honest. Anyway, who's this Joe? What do you want?
Hello, sir. I'm calling you from Deliveroo, customer service.
You're racist! You're racist! Stop calling in from withheld numbers and stop being racist!
That's not how he spoke.
That's how he spoke.
I know, but I mean, he's just doing a...
Well, he's just doing a racist voice. Why does that guy always phone in from withheld numbers? Where's his problem? That guy's been phoning in for like a year on a withheld number.
He's a bottler.
He's a bottler. He's a Billy bottler.
Stop answering it.
Well, no, because sometimes we get good calls on withheld numbers. Generally, we get his, and I'm going to be honest. I'm changing the 70% of them are lousy. 10% are okay, and 20% are quite good. That's not good odds.
No.
If I worked under those odds, well, I wouldn't be working.
That's high on the ponyometer.
But I'm not in a bad mood. We'll have a laugh tonight.
Hey, I've got a new jumper on. I'm feeling flash.
Okay. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. I'm not in a bad mood with you guys. And then the company, I won't say their name again because it's not fair. Then the company on Twitter says, I'm sorry we've ruined your evening, Iain. Why don't you get in touch with us? Why don't you jump onto the live chat and we'll see what we can... I've been on the live chat. Man alive. Angela. Sorry? Hello?
Hello,
Oh,
Ian.
Is that Angela?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry, I was masturbating.
What's happening? Were you talking to a ghost? Had you been entered?
No, I just watching something. I just want to tell you about, the O2.
The O2 Arena? Oh, the O2 phone network. Yeah, that's been the data has been down all day.
Yeah, and my phone, and I was wondering if I could get your advice on something about my phone.
Oh, please! I'm the phone expert now. I've been looking at new phones all day. That's why I've gone for Hawaii.
Do you know the texting? Right, it's not been the same since it's been done. Do I get in touch with the company and they can send a new phone out?
Hang on, the what?
You know the texting.
The no protection. What?
You know when you text someone, like my mum.
Yes, I know when you text someone. Yes.
Yeah, it keeps saying, you normally go straight through, don't it? But it keeps saying me sending. But
is that today?
Yeah.
And you want a new phone for that?
Well, what do you reckon?
I reckon no. Why would you get a new phone for that?
No, I just wondered.
You're a little chancer, Angela.
Yeah.
No, the whole network. Are you on O2?
Yeah, everyone's been down.
Yeah, but you've just got the answer. Everyone has been down today.
I know.
And you want them to send you a new phone?
Oh yeah. Probably won't get one.
Well, of course you won't. Why would you get one when it isn't your phone that's the problem?
Yeah, it's been a problem since it's been down all day.
Yes. So again, I do ask Angela, with love and respect, why do you think you'd get a new phone?
I'm just asking your advice. What do you think?
Well, I think you're taking the mick.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why would they give you a new phone?
That's true. I'm just wondering, would you chance it?
Would I chance it?
Yeah.
No. What? But why would anyone chance it?
I know. We could be cheeky about it, can't you?
But why? They don't.
I don't know.
It's not the. I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
I need to meditate. Hang on. Stay there. Turn my computer up, please. Have we got the computer fader up there before we're gonna? Right. Let's. Right. We're gonna meditate. Do you like meditating, Angela?
Yeah.
Do you do guided meditation?
No.
Could you do? Do you think you could do a guided meditation for me?
What's a guided meditation?
It's where you talk me through a meditation.
No, I can't do that.
Why not?
I don't know how to do it. I'll have to look it up.
All right, I'm gonna do one for you. I'm gonna do one for you. Okay? Right? You ready?
Yeah.
Are you sitting comfortably?
About, yeah.
Sit back in your chair. Feel the back of the chair. What are you doing? Are you crying?
No, not giggling.
Don't giggle. Don't giggle.
Okay,
Otherwise, it won't work if you giggle.
Okay.
Okay. Sit comfortably in your chair. Feel your back resting against the back of your chair. Feel your feet rooted to the ground as though They are ancient oaks. Feel your arse cheeks. Oh, come on, Angela, please.
No, I can't do that. I don't know how to meditate.
Oh, okay, you've ruined it. If anyone wants a guided meditation, I'm doing it. I'm going to do a guided meditation because that's what I need. The vibe is not good. Angela's gone. I was going to do a guided meditation with her, and she got the giggles.
Did you mention
yes,
feeling your arse cheeks?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
that's my. Where did you go? Where have you been?
I had to go and finish something off.
Oh, lucky guy.
Oh, come on.
Can you twerk?
None of your business.
I'm having terrible trouble with my backstop. Those are topical jokes, guys. Enjoy them while you can. Good evening, Ash.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Katherine.
Hello,
Ash. I'm using my psychic powers to detect that you are on the speakerphone.
Yes, I am. Hold on, let me just sort that out.
I'm using my psychic powers to detect that within the next 10 seconds, you will not be on the speakerphone.
And you all right?
I was correct. See, I'm psychic. It's two out of 2 ain't bad. I'm good, man. That's none of your business. There we go. That's the line we're adopting. What can I do for you?
Okay. Basically, I think I know why you didn't get your order today.
Go on. Why is that? Are you one of the cyclists that turn it down?
Well, I'm actually an Uber driver. We spoke before, if you remember. You said you were going to give me a £5 tip.
I think you'd have to speak to my lawyers about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's something to do with this whole O2 thing being down because a lot of the drivers weren't able to go online and work, so that's why they didn't have any drivers available.
Oh, well, why didn't the guy just say that? I mean, I'm an intelligent guy. I put 2 and 2 together. Well, then stop taking orders.
They've been doing it all day.
Stop taking orders. And it said on the website there may be some delay, but then don't when you order the meal, because when you order on these services, and I'm not mentioning the company now because I've said them enough, and I've also said that up until now they've been excellent, all right? Because they have been. Yeah. The customer service was poor, but up until today they've been excellent in terms of the food coming. But it says, when you order the meal, it says the restaurant is accepting your order. It's accepted. Your meal will be with you in 40 to 45 minutes. Well, don't say that then. Don't say that.
Yeah, I see your point.
I'm not having a go at you. Ash, that is now sounding chastised. I'm not having a go at you, Ash.
No, I understand.
So is it not working for Uber then?
Yeah, well, basically the problem we're having is most of the popular restaurants that we deliver for, they actually run on the OT Wi-Fi, which is their mean of getting the orders. So for us to get the deliveries, they actually need to get the orders, and because they're using O2 for Uber, so we're not even getting the customers are not able to place the order to the restaurants because they're not able to receive the orders. That's
man, I love. Well, then say that. Then say that, because I would have ordered a pizza if I'd have known that. I'd have got a pizza, or ordered directly from a restaurant instead of using an app. So it's disappointment. It's disappointing.
Ian, there is another reason that I called you as well. I don't know if you could help me with this.
Of course I can help you, Ash. I'm a great guy. I'm a very generous guy. I'm the most humble guy I know.
Okay, basically, I've got this friend, great guy. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
Been friends with him for a long time. And for about a year, he's been tangled up into drugs. And he's on crystal meth.
Yeah, that is a very dirty drug.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just really getting to the point where he's losing his head now, and he's just
don't take long on that stuff.
Paranoid,
yes.
and he doesn't even he's accusing his family of stuff.
Yeah, it makes you nuts.
Completely, yeah, exactly.
That stuff is not good.
And in the first place, it's really hard to convince someone like that to go and seek help. But what would you do with someone like that? First of all, even if we do manage to get him to, be willing to seek out help, where can we take him? And if he's not willing to seek help, is there anything that we can do? Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell you what to do, right? Because I can't tell you what to do because every case is different. Yeah. But my suggestion to anyone who has someone very close to them who is, crystal meth as well is, coke is a dirty drug. Met crystal is way dirtier than that. It really makes you. It's horrible. My suggestion: if anyone has someone who is using hard drugs, in that way, is sit down with them, tell them that you wish them luck and love, but you can't talk to them until they want help. And then you leave. And you let them get on with it. Now, people might think that is cold or harsh, but it ain't. He's got to hit his rock bottom. And it's really hard to hit rock bottom when you've got friends and family around you that are going around cooking you meals, cleaning up your flat, lending you a few quid, whatever it is that people might be doing around him. It's we call it enabling. It's enabling him to carry on in his lifestyle. Whereas if everyone, and it's tough, man, really tough for mums, but if everyone says, and says it to him, look, I'm doing this with love, but I cannot allow your madness into my life, so I'm not going to call you, I'm not going to visit, I'm not going to answer your phone calls. When you're ready to get clean, then we'll have a chat. Then I'm going to be there for you and I will help you. Until then, best of luck, mate. And then you go. And it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, man, but sometimes that's what you got to do.
Fair point, yeah. That's what I mean.
It's hard, though. It's hard to turn, it's hard to turn your back on people that you love. Of course it is.
Exactly, yeah.
And mums really struggle with that. And I've heard a lot of stories with my course mums, because if it's their baby, then they want to be there. And take them around a nice little casserole and all of that stuff. But that is enabling them to continue their lifestyle.
They think they can fix it with love. Yeah. Maybe they didn't love them enough. Maybe, if they just show more affection, they'll realise that they're worth fighting for.
I gave him 20 quid because he said he needed it for the heating.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh. It's a tough one, Ash, man. I don't envy you, buddy. But let him know that you will be there for him when he makes the decision to ask for help.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks for the advice, Ian.
Well, it's a suggestion. I would never tell anyone what to do in that situation. It's a suggestion, and I wish you and I wish your friend luck, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks, man.
Cheers,
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Crystal is once. That is a dark place to be in, man. No one wants to go there. There's no fun to be had there at all, and I feel sorry for that guy. I remember once when I was at BBC WM, I think it was a gran phoned up. Was it a mum? I think it was a gran, about her grandson who was using heroin, and she was going around every other day and taking him food. Oh. And I said, that's great. That shows you're a great woman. But if you keep going around taking him food, he's going to die. You're not going to kill him. He will die because he will keep thinking it's cool. It's okay to carry on doing heroin because he's going to get fed every other day. And I said, look, you want to know what to do to help him, just stop giving him food. Tell him you're going to stop it. Don't just stop. Say, look, I'm done. Wish you the best of luck. Come and knock on my door when you're ready to knock this on the head. And it's tough, isn't it? It's tough. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. By the way, I'm Iain Lee. Hi, who are you?
Katherine Boyle.
Lovely. Let's go to Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Ian. I was just wondering, don't want to be cheeky or anything, but it's a strange thing taking your phone in the toilet when you go to the toilet to do a certain thing. You don't need to take your phone.
Everyone takes their phone into the toilet. I think it's strange not to take your phone into the toilet.
Brian, where is yours? Because we can barely hear you.
I've got it in my hand, but I'm in bed actually. Funny enough.
Dirty boy. Dirty boy.
One more thing before I go.
Do you mean you don't take your phone in the lavvy with you?
Never.
Everyone does.
You, sir, are the exception to the rule.
Oh, I must be. By the way, in the Chinese phone company, it's pronounced Huawei.
So I'm saying Hawaii.
It's not pronounced either way. It's Huawei.
Well, it starts with an H, so it's not Huawei.
With an H-U. Huawei.
You're saying Huawei.
Oh,
it's Hawaii. Spell it. H, right.
Well, I call it, I pronounce it as Huawei.
You don't speak English properly. H-U-A-W-E-I. Hawaii.
Huawei.
It's not Hawaii. You're saying Huawei. You put two W's in there. There's only one W.
H-U.
Who?
Huawei.
We are Iain and Katherine. Who are you?
Huawei.
we are Iain and Katherine. You are Brian.
Brian, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.8 back to the phone. Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah. Which one are you getting, by the way, Ian? Which one have you ordered?
Getting the Hawaii 8X or something.
Oh, right, I've got the thing with the Note, the Huawei 10.
Ooh, he's got a 10. Well, I'm getting the 8, and the 8 is better than the 10.
Oh, right.
Yeah, what they do in China is because they do numbers backwards.
Right.
So the 8 is actually better than the 10.
Good luck number in China, isn't it?
Sorry?
Good luck number.
Yeah, it's lucky number.
In China.
Because it's infinite. It's infinity, and it's 8. Infinity and 8. So it's a very, very lucky number, actually. I hope you swallow that blooming thing in your hand. Sucking on it in such an arrogant manner.
I'm not sucking on it.
She's sucking on a USB stick in an arrogant, contemptuous manner. I hope you suck it off and swallow it.
You need to turn it in.
I'm hungry.
I know you are. Don't direct your hanger towards me.
Yes?
I'm going to send you a Christmas card, but I don't know the address of Talk Radio.
Okay, it is. It's Talk Radio.
Yep.
Leicester Square.
Leicester Square, yep.
London, and that should get there. That'll get there.
Oh, brilliant. I'll send you and Katherine a Christmas card.
Nice one, Brian. Thanks very much indeed. Listeners send in Christmas cards. Listener cards. Here we go. Get ready for... I've forgotten your name, man. Mark. That's Mark. Mark is new to this show. Mark is new to the pranksters that we get from around the world. Mark is new to... Mark works on Martin Kellner's show. Decent show. Good show. Bastard of a man, Kellner.
Killer Kellner.
Killer Kellner. But I saw these guys phone in from North America.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Let's just say no North American number consists entirely of zeros. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Makes me think it might be a little bit of a hoax. So, let's see. Oh, no, fair play. It was a genuine call. I do apologise, Mark.
Yeah, incisive comment.
0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Apparently, O2 are up and running now, which would be great if my phone actually worked. It's just constantly shutting itself off and then starting up again. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Hello, Maz.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath.
Kath has left the building. I know, isn't it? Isn't it, though? And here's another thing that happened. So I ordered a Tesco delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot loads of things. I forgot cheese and I forgot loads of stuff, as I always do. And then I got the bread out, and it was tiny bread. It was a tiny loaf of Warburton's instead of the normal loaf of Warburton's.
Outrageous.
Why would they? It was like the bread in Spinal Tap. Why would they make tiny bread?
Tiny people.
I suppose so.
Clearly not you.
I suppose so. Oh, it's ridiculously small. Anyway. What you got for us, Maz?
Well, just wanting to apologise, really, because we've not been able to... Well, I'm currently sitting in a Pret in Waterloo Station with Dogface Dave.
Oh, hello, Dave!
He says hello.
Are you two lovers now?
No, we're good friends. We're becoming good friends thanks to your show.
Here we go. As Katherine and I drift further apart, some of our listeners are getting closer and closer and making babies, and that's great.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Dave says.
Well, hang on, baby. Whoa, he said... Well, Dave is obviously...
He knows without even hearing you.
Dave is a pervert because making babies is not in the gutter. I wouldn't make babies in the gutter. I'd make babies in a bed with silk sheets.
Not behind a gooseberry bush, then.
No! God's sakes, you youngsters. You don't know what's going on.
Anyway.
Yes.
Because we've just been to a Q&A for the League of Gentlemen, and we wanted to know what's the worst question you've ever been asked.
Well, I don't really do Q&As very often or anything like that, and I don't get interviewed that often. I mean, I always get asked about strawberries now. That's my thing, and I kind of have to go, oh, well, the truth, I have to do a fun thing. Why, were there lousy questions there tonight?
Yes. One person actually said, which one of you do you think is going to die first?
That's not a bad question, is it? That's quite a good question.
No, that was awful.
Why?
The look on their faces.
Well, which one do they think is? They will know each other's lives. Kath's going to die before me.
I literally don't know what to say to that.
Well, because I'm going to kill her. No, they will know each other's lifestyles, right? So they will know, they will probably have a pretty good hunch which one is going to pass first. So I think that is a perfectly valid question. I'm happy with that question. Next one that sucks.
Iain.
What was the next one that sucked?
Hold on. Dave, tell him the next one that sucked.
Oh, the next one that sucked was...
It's like relay phone call.
Yeah, the next one that sucked was someone said, I can't believe you sold out the O2.
Statements are never good in those kind of things. Did you... All right, Dave.
Yeah.
What was your question?
I didn't have one, you see, so...
Right, so you didn't... So your criticism... Right, here we go. This is it, you dirty pervert. So this is it. In between making babies with Maz, you are criticising other members of the public, MOTP...
Drunk members of the public.
Yeah, DMOTP, who came up with statements and questions, and yet you couldn't come up with anything.
No, I thought it was better to remain silent rather than prove to be stupid, so
Well, then you disgust me. What was Maz's question?
I see Maz didn't have a question either.
Right. Goodbye, you two. Thank you for calling. Yeah. Goodbye. Absolute chances. Absolute chances. Outrageous behaviour. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome. And now I'm hungry, and now I'm in a bad mood, and someone has rightfully called me out on Twitter for calling out the delivery company on Twitter. Although he didn't see my first tweet where I kind of explained what happened, and he said, come on, man, unless they did a poo on your food, this stuff happens, just deal with it. And you know what? He's right. And I need to be more zen about it. And accept the fact that I'm hungry, accept the fact that my evening was ruined. Oh, man. How do I say this? All right. Sometimes on Twitter, right, things get taken out of context or changed. So I never forget, ages ago, I did Come Dine With Me a few years ago, and ages ago someone said, what was Come Dine With Me like? And I tweeted, it was the worst week of my life. And then Jodie Marsh, who I did it with, tweeted, oh really, Iain, because the worst week of my life was when my friend was murdered. And I had to concede that was probably a worse week than being on Come Dine With Me, right? So today I said, I've dropped my phone down the toilet full of faecal matter. How's your day going? And some people went, not as bad as yours, or, well, my phone, I stubbed my toe and stuff like that. And then one guy said, well, my wife's going in for chemo for breast screening for cancer, but my phone's okay. And I kind of thought, well, all right, fair play. That is a worse day. But you've kind of missed the point. So I replied, well, I wish you and your wife love and luck and, fingers crossed. And he said, oh, cool, thanks, man. And he obviously sent it because he's in an emotional state. Is the person he loves the most is going through a tough time and he feels frustrated, so he wants to kind of share it. But I did think, come on, man. Just having a little bit. If I drop my phone in poo, it's not really the worst. It's an annoying, potentially expensive day, but people, huh? People,
yeah.
people.
That's why I was better off today. I couldn't get on Twitter on my phone, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I was better off. Because the first thing I did when I woke up, the second time, after I'd taken my daughter to school and got back in bed for a bit, was, I thought I'd have a little look.
Yeah.
And then when I couldn't, I went, do you know what?
You could have looked in bed.
What, at Twitter?
Yeah.
Why? How?
You've not got internet in your house?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'd have had to get up and get my computer. I'm not getting up.
Hang on a minute. Come to you in a second, Katie. Hang on a minute. This is insane.
Says the man who put it in Uncle Ben's 2-minute rice.
All right. Your phone isn't connected to your Wi-Fi at home?
Yeah. But I couldn't get on Twitter.
But your phone was on the internet?
No, but I couldn't get any internet on my phone.
Your phone? Well, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
She's wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not wrong, ladies or gentlemen.
You're looking at the wrong camera. You looked at my camera. You're not even on it.
I'm looking at everyone.
She's wrong.
I'm not. Right. I literally could not get on the internet.
Okay. Well, then you're the only person who couldn't connect their telephone to the Wi-Fi, because literally everyone else could.
My phone kept saying no service.
I don't believe you. I'd like to see evidence of that, please. And if you don't show me the evidence, and it's up to you to show it, then I'm afraid I'm calling BS.
I'd like to see you show me evidence of winding your neck in. Because I know this is coming from Hanger, and I'm sick of it. And it's only 50 minutes in.
OK, well, if you want to carry on lying about the internet situation at home, then good for you. We do have young people listening, and they can be influenced by what you say, and I think you're setting a very, very bad example.
Have a Mars bar or something, for God's sake.
Good evening, Katie! Katie! She's gone! Call her back immediately!
I'm so hungry.
Yeah. I've had too much flapjack now. Yeah. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You would be very, very welcome to... Oh! Clunky gear changes. Can I do the saddest story?
Oh, man.
Yay, this is a really sad story. I mean, this is genuinely sad. Someone sent it to... I'd seen it a little while ago when it happened, and then someone sent it to me yesterday, and I've got tears in my eyes. And I don't know why. I don't know the person. You've seen this about the BBC radio presenter. Oh, it's sad. BBC radio presenter was found hanged hours after leaving her show while it was on air, an inquest heard. Vicky Archer, 41, had a history of depression, including 2 suicide attempts, the coroner was told. She emailed a colleague at BBC Radio Shropshire to say she was feeling upset before being found hanged in her loft.
Oh, poor love.
In the days leading up to her death, she had retweeted posts about inner demons and mental health issues. I'm going to show you the picture of her, just because... because I think it proves that there is no archetypal type of someone who will commit suicide. Young woman, 41, blonde, and in the picture smiling, looking happy. Who knows when that was taken? We don't know. But there is no archetypal image. You know, whenever you get a picture of the story of depression or anxiety, it's always a stock picture of a man in a suit with his tie undone, holding his head or screaming.
Or someone in a fetal position.
And here's the thing, man. When you're that low... by the grace of God, I've never been as low as this poor soul had obviously been. But when you are that low, you can look normal. You can look calm. You can look happy. Apparently, I've heard some accounts of friends of people who have taken their own lives. And they said, but they seem so calm. They seemed at ease with everything. And I think that's it. There is a calmness because the biggest decision of your life has been made.
Yeah, resignation.
You've made that decision. So all of the worries that led you there, they are now gone. This is how I perceive it. And of course, I could be completely, completely wrong. And I'm not speaking specifically about Vicky Archer.
Or about everyone.
Yeah, of course. She shared links... in the days leading up to her death, she'd retweeted posts about inner demons and mental health. She'd also shared links to the Samaritans and had written, quote, "Gossip is rarely kind, positive or encouraging. It's corrosive, hurtful, and normally has nothing to do with you. You don't need to be part of it. Say no thanks and move on." The divorced mother of 3 who left work partway through her drive time programme. So during the show, something clicked where she went, I got to get out of here. At about 5 p.m. on August the 6th, was discovered by her stepfather, Lee Hollyoak, 64, after knocks at her door when unanswered. It then goes on to say how he found her. We don't really need to go into that. Recording a conclusion of suicide, Coroner John Ellery said, "We have heard Victoria had made two previous attempts to take her own life in the past, and she suffered from depression. Victoria left her radio show mid-air while it was thought she was going for a break. This is a tragic case for her family, and her condolences and thoughts are and must be with her children." Miss Archer had presented the 3 till 7 p.m. drive time show at BBC Radio Shropshire with co-host Adam Green since 2010. She'd worked for the station for 20 years. We'll give out the number for the Samaritans in a second. It affects everybody. The kids, obviously, the priority. A stepdad who found her. He had to climb in through a kitchen window because he thought something was wrong.
God.
Adam Green, the fella that she worked with. That's got to be a blow. That's got to be a huge blow.
The whole station.
Everyone at the station. And a lot of the listeners as well, you know, would be severely impacted. Particularly doing the drive time show, which is those kind of shows on BBC local radio. They attract a lot of loyal followers. And someone sent me a link to this, and the link was on a Facebook story, and it actually went into a lot more detail. Anyway, it went into a lot more detail. And I just thought it was the saddest thing. And it just goes to show that you never know what's going on with someone. If you have got suspicions, then I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do, really. I don't know. You know, I guess if someone is determined, then they're determined. But it's really sad. Really sad. The Samaritans, we always big them up on this show. Big fans of the Samaritans. I've called the Samaritans in the past. Someone tweeted me the other day, I didn't know you could call them if you weren't suicidal. No. You can call them if you kind of just feeling lonely. You can call them any time. It's free. It's confidential. They don't get your phone number. They don't know. You don't have to give them your real name. They won't know where you are. Probably speaking to someone on the other side of the country now. It used to be local, but now it's not. The number is 116123. 116123. And just, put it in your phone or jot it down in your notes or save it because it could be helpful. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
some song, huh? Oh, where did we go? It went. That's some song, huh? Some song, man. That's the Staves. They're going to be your new favourite band. I heard them on Six Music the other day and bought the album. Man, it's good. They've done a Christmas song that just came out today. We'll have that after Midnight Show. I've not heard it.
Three sisters.
Yeah.
From, I want to say Watford.
We'll say it.
Watford.
Yeah, we go.
It might not be right, but I'm saying Watford.
They sound like, they're kind of like folky but poppy. They sound a bit like the British Dixie Chicks. There, I said it. I put them in a little box. That whole album, listen to it on the way in. It is a masterpiece. The album I got, if I was, a masterpiece of harmonies, lush melodies, and thrilling, soaring bits and pieces. I think we got Katie back. Katie?
Hello.
Hello, Katie.
Hey,
Katie.
Hi.
We got. Thank you for your card.
We only just found it.
We only found it a couple of days ago because we don't go to the pigeon boxes anymore.
We thought that they'd all been cleared out and abandoned.
Like it.
Yeah, I've got it in my bag.
Very, very sweet of you. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
And you're a lovely human being. How's everything going?
It's going all right, yeah. I just wanted to call up to contend with your bad day.
Here we go. All right, we having a little bad day, top trumps.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Win.
Well, let's just a
win
reminder.
as well.
Just a reminder. I dropped my phone in my own feces. That phone is now broken. I had
And then he put it in Uncle Ben's, and it was the wet kind.
Please be quiet. That's disrespectful. It is broken. I've had to buy a new phone, and my food was not delivered this evening. And Katherine has got a real cob on.
I've got a cob on.
Yes, yeah, and that laugh just proves it. So thank you. That's the evidence that I will use in court against you.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Exactly, and there it is again. That's the second bit. That's Exhibit B, Your Honour. Katie, beat that, but you can't.
I can beat all that. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to phrase this though, because I don't want to swear on the radio.
Yeah.
So me and my sister and my mum went to Asda, and we came back, and my mum was getting the baby out of the car, and me and my sister walked into the living room and found my dad doing...
No.
Yes.
No!
No, what?
Yes.
You're...
It was horrible.
Whoa!
The living room where we sit and eat tea.
I
don't live with them, but where I come round and eat tea.
Your dad... I've got to just get this straight, okay? Look,
I've got a way to phrase it.
Go on.
So you walked in on your dad shaking hands with the unemployed.
Yes.
Flipping.
Does that mean
Yeah.
mean masturbating?
It does, yeah.
Means okay, right. So we're on the same.
Yeah.
Flipping it. Was he watching a video? Did he have a movie on? He was watching
because he's like a really tame guy. He doesn't even swear or anything. I think.
Well, he knocks one out.
From what I see, it was like a saucy bit in a film that he was replaying.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't even like on a proper site.
So he was just watching a normal Hollywood movie where there's a little bit of boob, and he thought, "Oh, I remember them."
I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember them, fella?
He was having a random romantic moment.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what was said? What was the conversation when you walked in on your dad shivering a beauty?
Oh my God!
That's disgusting.
It is, isn't it?
Well,
that's not my family problem.
Thank God it wasn't out. It was like an under the pants kind of thing.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. All right.
And we both kind of screamed, me and my sister, and like ran out the door.
Do the scream for me that you did.
Oh, I can't. I've got neighbours, but it was really bad. It was like that.
Wowzers!
God. I bet there was a freeze frame of about a minute in your mind before you reacted, but it was probably a second.
And
it was was like about a second of where my dad kind of went oh, and we went oh, and then we both all kind of collectively like
hey,
meltdown.
Shame on you, Katie. It's not the house you live in, is it?
No.
Well, then shame on you. Shame on you. You shouldn't be just traipsing around your parents' house.
Sneaking up on him.
How dare you? How dare you? That man has worked his entire life to buy a little bit of privacy, so that if he's watching a movie in the afternoon and he wants to knock one out, then that's exactly what he can do. He has earned that right. He has earned that right to have a fiddle any time he wants to have a fiddle.
not in the living room.
Well,
Yes,
that's
if
why
it's-
they call it.
I mean, that's disgusting.
That's why they call it the living room.
Yes. Here's the thing. I've got a house now, Katie, and I'm going to be honest. I have pleasured myself in every single room in that house.
Oh my God, that's an image I probably don't need in my
Every single room, and also in the loft space as well.
Have you?
Yeah, in the bit where you open the door and you go in, and it's like all
That's
that
like
asbestos
not even a
stuff.
proper room. That's
Yep.
just a cupboard.
It's my house. I do what I want.
God.
I've worked long and hard for that house.
Don't say long and hard.
I spent 3 weeks with a bunch of a-holes in the jungle so I could afford that house. All right? I worked long and hard for that house. I will not.
Stop saying long and hard.
I want to come and meet your dad. I want to shake his hand, and I want to.
Don't shake his hand.
I want to play sticky biscuit with your dad in every room of that house.
It's so disgusting.
What?
It's so minging.
You've had a baby. You've done worse.
That's natural. At least, you know what I mean? At
Natural.
least I didn't do it in front of everyone.
Right. Well, right, okay.
I don't think he was waiting for you to come in, was he?
What was? Did you tell your mum?
No, I don't think so.
Did you tell your mum?
My mum was come in the second after.
So she saw, and then she shut the door and kept you two out while they
Stop it.
entertained each other. So that's mine. I'm
no,
hungry.
It didn't go down like that at all.
How did she go down then?
More like it was more like my dad stood up and was like, "Oh my God!" He was more.
And then his trousers and pants fell down.
Me and my sister were screaming.
grow
the
up.
baby was just like, "What's going on?" My mum.
Oh, the baby was there. That's suddenly taken a very, very dark twist. I didn't know there was a baby actually present. So, what did you say? What was the next conversation with your dad after that when you went back in the room?
I kind of tried to reassure him because he seemed a bit upset.
Well, I bet he did.
And I was like, and my sister was like, she's only 14. She was like roasting him. Like, she was saying all these, like, she was, like, taking the mick out of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's only natural, you know, everyone does it, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I don't think he made eye contact with anyone for the rest of the night.
Wowzers.
God.
But yeah, so who's had the worst day?
Your dad.
No. Yeah, your dad. Your dad has definitely, Katie. Shame on you. You I expect you to be more open-minded. Thank you for your call.
Yes.
Bye.
I wonder what the film was.
499 1000. Probably like Love Story or
Thornbirds.
The what's the one with Omar Sharif where they're on a boat? Dr. Zhivago.
Remember them being any particularly sexy bits in that?
Well, the boats are horny. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio. There's your video. Put that up. Let's destroy.
Oh no, we can't.
Yes, of course we can.
Oh no.
Yes, we can. Put that video up.
The man has suffered enough.
Don't know his name. It's probably Steve. Guessing. Put that video up. That is great. That is the one that's going to go viral. Dad gets caught knocking one. By the way, if you've ever been caught, 0344 499 1000. I told you my mum caught me once.
Go on.
Well, she got, this was like when I was about 15. And when you're 15, any 15-year-old boy will tell you, you are just horny all the time. Honestly, I've never known anything like it since. Just there's like 2 years, it was like, oh, a chair. Ooh.
Got the legs on that.
Yeah, that door handle. Just constantly, right? And I was watching telly with the family, and then there was something that was a bit racy came on. I thought, so I thought I'm going to go upstairs.
At least you went upstairs.
Of course I did. I'm decent. I'm not like a dirty dad. I went upstairs and I watched it on my TV. I'm on the bed. I've got my trousers around my ankles.
Wow, so you'd really gone to town. You'd taken your trousers around your ankles.
Yeah. I'm a gentleman. And then suddenly there's a knock at the door.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I'll be in a second. But then the door opened, and this is all in slow motion. The door opens. I'm on the bed. No time to pull the trousers up.
No.
So I jump off, and I have to hop to the door to push the door shut. She'd seen it. My mum had seen it.
And worse still, it was hopping towards her.
Yeah. I'm down in a minute. I'll be down in a minute. Do you want to see a teaser? I'll be down in a minute. Oh, and then here's the thing. And then you've got to walk downstairs knowing that your mum has seen you shivering abusing.
Stop saying that.
I finished.
Oh, my God.
Well, I had to. I might as well get something out of it. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
03444991000. Who have you caught masturbating is tonight's phone in. If you want to give us a call on that or anything you want, you'd be very, very welcome to. Blind BBC journalist who was mocked by LBC's Steve Allen for using a guide horse due to his fear of dogs could sue radio host after unsatisfactory Ofcom ruling. A blind journalist who became the first person in the UK to use a miniature guide horse. Is that the first one in the UK? Because they've been in the States, obviously. It starts in the States. For years, I thought there were. Oh, well, obviously they're not. I thought there were some in the UK. Is seeking legal advice after he was mocked on air by LBC presenter Steve Allen. Can I just say one thing as well? I've had a few people say, I've complained to various radio stations about presenters, that presenter and other presenters, and nothing was done. Here's the thing. If you complain to a radio station, unless it's something really, really big, they ain't going to do nothing. BBC slightly different, but generally, if you complain to a radio station, they ain't going to do nothing, because why would they? Why would they? If you have an issue with a radio programme, Ofcom, I'm not going to give out the number, you can find it, Google it, but Ofcom is the place to go, as well as the radio station to a certain extent. But Ofcom have the power to investigate a complaint, see if it kind of fits into the general standards and practices of the radio industry in this country. And Ofcom are pretty good, right? And they will take into context the whole bit that you're complaining about, the bit before and the bit after. They'll take into context the time, the style of the show, what state. They're taking loads of stuff into context. And if they won't cover anything up, right? If they feel that something breaches their guidelines, which are the industry standard guidelines, then something will get done. It will get called. The presenter will get called out. The station will get called out. They might have to issue an apology. If it's repeated behaviour, there could be a significant fine. There could be loads. The presenter could be suspended. There's loads of stuff. If you go to the station, there's a chance that nothing will get done.
The BBC, local BBC, will probably take action. I would think.
I would go. Well, for the local BBC, I'd go to Ofcom first, and then if they didn't uphold it, I'd go to the BBC because I got done for stuff at the BBC that got laughed at by Ofcom. Yeah. The BBC. Well, it's not what
I think with the BBC, you have to go to them first. To make a complaint. So they say.
Anyway, so that's just a tip, and I know I'm kind of the turkey voting for Christmas there by saying that, but I just saw a few people saying, well, I complained to a station like this guy and other people, nothing was done. Go to Ofcom is the thing. Google it, you'll find it.
Also, it depends on the complaint. If it's just you didn't like it,
go to hell.
That's not
go
really
to hell.
That's not really something that they'll act on, unless it was you didn't like it for an obvious reason.
Mohammed Salim Patel, 24, from Blackburn, Lancashire. Now they know. No, that's Royal Albert Horse. Was using 2-year-old American miniature horse Digby because of his fear of dogs until the horse grew too big. So the horse is going to go with a taller dude now. Mm-hmm. In a broadcast on October the 1st, Alan, who is on air, who's basically on in the graveyard shift, said he'd never heard of anything so stupid while discussing a story on Digby published last month. He also said on air, well, if he's blind, tell him it's a rabbit or something. I've never heard of anything so stupid. This is the blind man, scared of dogs, hoping that a horse will guide him on his commute. Where are you going to take that, for goodness sake? I tell you what's great about this story. You get to see loads of pictures of this guy with Digby. And
Digby's adorable.
Digby looks wicked. I want a Digby. Digby looks absolutely brilliant. In December, communications regulator Ofcom upheld a complaint that Alan's comments had been offensive. Digby, who reached 33 inches in height.
Oh,
I love it!
My Little Pony.
Just 2 inches taller than the maximum height for a conventional guide horse of 31 inches, is set to be placed with a taller owner by current trainer Katie Smith, 58. Don't know why we need to know her age, but we do. Katie, who has spent months painstakingly training... Stay there, David, come to you in a second. Painstakingly training Digby. I'd love to see... maybe we should get in touch with her, because I'd love to see how you train.
Yeah.
I wonder how similar it is to guide horse. To guide dog. Maybe we'll see if we can have a chat with her. And with other miniature horses to provide therapy for blind people, also said she was appalled by Alan's comments. In its ruling, Ofcom said Mr. Allen seemed to be implying that people who are blind cannot differentiate between a rabbit and a dog. Mm. We considered that this remark could have been interpreted as belittling blind people and offering a highly pejorative view of them. There's another picture of Digby, look, taking him to the post box. I love it.
Brilliant.
This is the only good thing. Well, not the only. I think there might be a couple of good things. But the best thing is we get to see pictures of Digby. He can also, further, Mr. Allen repeatedly questioned in dismissive terms the practicality of using a guide horse and emphatically dismiss what was an individual's choice to equip himself in this way as ludicrous. He also concluded that the man in question should be denied his choice. Quotes, he's afraid of dogs? Why? Why is he afraid of dogs? Well, don't give him anything at all then. Just give him a white stick.
What?
In our view, the potential offence was exacerbated by Steve Allen mocking the idea that the BBC had implied a blind cameraman. Turns out that guy wasn't a cameraman. Mick Scarlett tweeted me.
He's a producer.
He's a producer. Apparently a really, really good producer as well. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? Damn these blind people trying to get on in life and having dreams and aspirations.
Gosh, it's as if they're normal people.
Can't we go back to the olden days? Katie said the train is very offensive. Guide horses are all about independence and giving people a better quality of life. Mohammed has decided that Digby has grown too big for him and is looking elsewhere for a smaller guide horse. I'm continuing to work with Digby and my other miniature horses to provide therapy, including guiding for blind people. Mohammed, who has a degenerative eye condition, retinitis pigmentosa, added, I'm quite annoyed at what Steve Allen said, rightfully so. I'm not satisfied by the Ofcom ruling in the slightest, and I'm seeking legal advice. And then I noticed the RNIB issued a statement today. Sarah Lambert, head of social change, RNIB, said it's really disappointing to hear such outdated and ill-informed views on national radio in 2018. Instead of ranting about assistance animals, whether dogs or horses, and then they showed this Sarah Lambert instantly wins, because then she puts a little joke in. But to the best of our knowledge, not rabbits. Come on, well played.
Yeah.
Well played. Instead of ranting about assistance animals, whether dogs or horses, but to the best of our knowledge, not rabbits, that provide valuable help and companionship, Steve Allen should widen his perspective and recognise the joy in stories like that of Digby the guide horse. Absolutely right. During his outburst, Steve also spoke incredulously about a blind cameraman at the BBC. This is what I was saying. Blind and partially sighted people, like any other, aspire to great and varied things. And thanks to advances in technology and the support available, there are very few jobs that are out of reach. Often the biggest barrier people with sight loss face is the negative stereotypes and outdated attitudes of others. And Steve's comments are a prime example of this. At RNIB, our vision of the future, that's clever, is a world free of barriers for blind and partially sighted people, and working with partners in the community. We will not rest until this vision has become a reality. Well done, guys. Good work. Good work.
I'm writing to Katie Smith as we speak.
Oh, do. And we don't need to talk about. Tell her we don't need to.
I was talking about the work she does training the horses.
Well, this is another good thing. If we can get her, or if we could go and see these horses, or meet them, or watch her train, or just chat to her on the phone. If we get that, because I've been fascinated by them for years. I do think at the first time you hear it, you do think that is ludicrous. Horses. Well,
because you're thinking of massive horses.
Of a massive one, but then when you see them, and I think it's genius. I think it's absolutely genius. I'd love to talk to Katie. Right, 0344 499 1000. Good evening, David.
Good evening. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well done. Hey. You just won yourself £5 for uttering those classic words.
Tremendous. I've been meaning to call you for a while, but felt I needed a kind of a meaty, clunky gear change of a call to do so.
Okay, all right. I like your style. Bearing in mind, most of our callers have nothing to talk about, but okay, you've come prepared. I like this.
I feel I've probably tipped the scales too far.
Uh-oh.
And I was going to call you last night, and then bottled it, as I have the number in my phone, and then today it's been one of those crazy days.
Yeah.
Probably the craziest of days. My wife passed away today.
Oh, brother.
I know.
I'm it's the only thing I can think to say. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. And it's been a hell of a year. She discovered she went into hospital in March with an obstruction, which we found out was bowel cancer. And then they had a successful operation to remove it, and 5 or so months of chemotherapy. And we went to the 6-month scan, and unfortunately, at that point, we thought we were going to get the good news, but we got the bad news that it had been resistant to chemotherapy, and it spread to the liver and the lungs, and that was in September. And it's just been quite a rapid deterioration since then, and just been in hospital for feels like forever, but it's been a few weeks, and she passed away today. And that was going to be my meaty, clunky gear change, but
Well, may I? You don't have to tell me if you don't want. May I ask what her name?
Sarah, without a H.
Without an H.
Mm.
I always go for the Sarah, and the number of Sarahs.
Mm-hmm.
Did she call people out if they went for the Sarah?
She was too polite.
Oh no!
No, but she'd probably just make a note.
So people would be getting her name wrong, and she'd just go with it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well.
You can imagine the amount of doctors and consultants who come in and say the wrong thing, but she'd never complain.
How long you been married for? If I ask anything you don't want to say, David, or if at any point you just want to bail out of the call, it's all cool, man. You know that. You've been listening. You know that.
It's been a strange day. I've been surrounded by her family, who are amazing, and they're essentially, they are my second family, but they're just as close to me as anyone could be. But I've kind of just stepped out of that kind of environment. I'm just sat in my car and for some reason giving you a call. So I'm more than happy to chat. And, we're married for 5 years, but we've been together for over 16 years.
Wow. What took you so long, man? What took you so long to get married?
We did the whole thing of, I would have probably married her the day I met her, but we did the whole thing of, well, basically, she was 18 when we met. I was 21. And then we met midweek at a gig. I kind of saw her. And then that Sunday, we both went off to separate unis. So it was a long-distance relationship, for the first 4 years. But we're both from the same town. So you have holidays, don't you, more than you actually at university.
And you because I know so many people at university. Well, my boyfriend back home, or my boyfriend's gone to Durham, and then after the first semester, what boyfriend? You kept it going for 4 years while you were at university. That's remarkable.
Yeah, and then she stayed on and did a PhD in Edinburgh, where she went to university. And I thought Edinburgh's such a cool place, so I moved up then.
Wicked. It's a great place.
And then we moved down to London in 2009, and then once we kind of done the whole uni thing and everything, that's kind of when we thought we should really. Been 10 years, we're probably a good match. We got married after kind of 10 years together, basically.
Well, in that case, you have.
Actually, you got married the soonest you could, really, practically, didn't you?
Yeah, financially.
Yeah. That's the way it works these days.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got a beautiful, beautiful daughter who's 2 years old as well. So.
Oh, blimey!
Oh dear! That's I'm going to be honest, David. I'm welling up here a little bit. I hope you don't mind.
All right.
I hope you don't mind, but I am.
I don't mind. And it's tough. I mean, she was. I know you're the magician at guessing ages, but I know you can't hear her voice, but she was 34 years old, so it's no age at all.
It's nothing, is it, man?
No.
Where's so you spent the whole day with her family, which I'm sure is a great comfort, but also I guess maybe do you perhaps want a little bit of time on your own?
Yeah, it's we've got a little 2-bedroom house, and we've had kind of all her family staying with us. So we've got 2 sisters, brother-in-law, brother, and a mum have all been staying in our house with Freya, my daughter, as well. So it's been a great distraction, but obviously you don't get that space at the same time.
No, you need a little bit of when someone passes, you need a little bit of silence.
Yeah. It's.
What about your family? Have you got your family?
Yeah, my family are up north.
Right.
Completely supportive and everything like that, but at the same time not wanting to kind of overwhelm and realise there's a kind of limit to the amount of people you want to see. And also they've been taking good care of our dog for the past month or so. So
how is Freya? Is she all right?
She's doing really, really well. She's amazing. She's a most beautiful girl, and she knew that Mummy was sore, that her tummy was sore. So I've not had the big chat yet, but
mate.
She knows that we managed to take her into hospital when Mummy was a bit more kind of a bit more lucid and with it in terms of her communications, and the team there were really good, and they brought her in some like paper and finger paint, so they did finger painting together. So that's kind of the last time she saw Mummy, and it was a beautiful moment. It really was.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And all the team at the hospital were just been amazing, really, really amazing. So.
I'm going to ask you a really dumb question. Right, it's a really dumb question, and you may not have an answer for this, but how, if I was there now, I would put my hand on your shoulder and I would look you in the eye and I'd say, "How are you doing, brother? How are you feeling right now?"
I guess, I mean, you go through the whole rollercoaster of emotions that I've kind of been going through since September, when you get the news that the cancer's come back, and I know certain people love to be positive and think there's always going to be a happy ending. But I think I had to go down the route of knowing that I had Freya was just to be kind of a practical way of thinking and, you know, planning for the future before you even get there and trying to prepare yourself. But then you get to today and you realise that you can't prepare yourself when someone you love so much passes. And I'd just say I feel daunted would be the word.
Yeah, that is, yes, I imagine that sums it up perfectly. There's a lot of, you're staring at a lot of unknowns now.
I think I had like a wobble, shall we say, a while ago, a few nights ago, when I spent the night in the room where Sarah was in hospital, and just to be with her. And obviously a night in a hospital just feels like a very, very long time, with everything that's going on.
Oh, it's horrendous, isn't it? It's so. Here's the thing: it's so noisy in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so noisy with people talking and walking and farting and machines. And how is anyone supposed to get any rest in a hospital room?
And I think at that point I was in my head running through every possible challenge and scenario that me and Freya are going to face over the next, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And trying to come up with an answer on the spot of how I was going to fix that. And then, I mean, I know deep down you just got to take each day and each step at a time and each decision at a time, but it just gets away from you sometimes.
Wobbles are allowed, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a lot of wobbles. You of course you have to you have to have certain strength for yourself and for your daughter. But you're also allowed to break down, you're also allowed to wobble, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to make mistakes, and you're allowed to feel what you are inevitably going to feel, and you're allowed to express that. And I'm sure you know that, but just reminding that everything that you're going to feel in the next couple of days, weeks, years, that's all cool. There's no, you're allowed to feel that stuff.
I just want to say thank you to both of you. You've kept us very entertained on the drives in and out of hospital in the traffic. I've introduced you to her family, and
oh God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about Ian's wind.
Well, I think you saying a dick all the time.
Well, I'm sorry about that as well.
I'm about 1 or 2 podcasts behind, because I'm usually a podcast person rather than a live caller or listener. But there's something to be said for a distraction, I think.
Yeah. Hey, listen, David, you are welcome to give us a call any time that you want. Of course you are. Oh, hang on a second. You're welcome to give us a call any time you want. And I send you love, man.
Thank you.
Have you... you can drop me an email as well. Have you got my email address?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
if you previously you've given me good migraine advice.
Oh, have I? Oh, well, there you go. Well, then, listen, if you want to kind of reach out, I believe the Americans call it, and, if you just want to have a chat online, or you want to you send me an email and I'll send you my number and stuff, and we'll, if you want to have a little text or a little chat or something, then that would be cool. If you want, and if you don't want, you don't have to.
No, I appreciate that.
But as from one dad to another, and from one human being to another, I'm really sorry, and there's nothing I can say, man. But there's nothing I can say. But you have touched us in a way that I'm sure you can't imagine, and we're there for you, and all the listeners are there for you too, brother.
Thank you, and hopefully the the next caller can be a clunky gear change in the
It can be. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. If you want to phone up, whatever. You want to phone up, be silent, whatever. It's all fine, man. Take care, David.
Thanks for ringing.
Drive carefully.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Dearie me. That's got me. I know it's got you.
Yeah.
It's not fair, is it? None of this is fair. 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 All right, let's have the ads.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
Thank you for that call, David. Lots of love to Freya. Thinking of Sarah. Or Sarah, as some would have her.
Don't.
She wouldn't say anything. Oh, bless. Me and Kath just had a very, very good cry in the studio. We might cry a little bit more. Because we've both been touched by cancer, not as physically ourselves, but people in our lives, and we've lost people, and we're also parents, and it's also just a very, very sad story. So me and Kath had a little cry, and we've had a little hug, and I'm sure lots of you at home are doing the same. And David, I'm sure you're not listening. I'm sure you now doing whatever you've got to do. But thank you for sharing that. Thank you for feeling that you could share that with us. I feel privileged, genuinely privileged to have spoken to you. I would love to have spoken to Sarah at some point, but I feel privileged that you chose us. And there's a lot of love for you on Twitter as well, which is unusual because Twitter, as we know, is a cesspit. And this is why I love this show, right? Because 20 minutes ago we were talking about some 19-year-old girl finding her dad cracking one out. And then we go from that to David's call. It really is. This is why we call this show the Late Night Alternative, because that's where we go. And please don't think... You mentioned the phrase there, clunky gear change, and some of you may not have heard it before. This is a show where we do these clunky gear changes, where we go from something frivolous, although I'm sure Katie is traumatised by what she saw, to something, the complete other end of the spectrum, hearing David talk about his wife, Sarah. And then the next phone call might be about, I don't know, farts or something. It is. Don't feel that because of David's call you can't call in with something frivolous. Of course you can. If you want to share, if that has kind of touched something in you and you want to share your own story, you'd be very, very welcome to.
That's what we want. That's why I don't sit in the other room screening the calls and working out who goes where, trying to find something smooth, because life isn't smooth, right? So come on, don't self-edit. We'll decide how we handle things. It's our job to sort of steer you through it, honestly. And, as we said, conversation doesn't go like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a conversation, and kind of me and Kath, I guess, are like the bartenders or the cafe owners, and people come in and share a little bit of their story, and then off they go. Or so thank you, David. I don't. It's that thing. I literally didn't know what to say. I literally didn't know what to say.
There's nothing you can say.
There isn't, and the I'm sorry is a cliche, but it is the first thing that kind of comes. You find it in your throat coming out. I'm sorry, There's no words of wisdom to offer. There's nothing. You just have to let him know. You have to let people in that situation know that you are there for them. And he's at the very early stages of a long old journey. But as a lot of people are saying, and we're both thinking here, I'm sure, Freya's got a bloody good crack at this with a dad like you. With a dad like you, she is going to have the best chance of getting through this that she's got. I'm sure it's going to be tough, but wow, what a dad to have to hold her hand through it. Thinking of you, brother. And, yeah. All right, let's dive into the phone call, shall we? Let's try James. Good evening, James.
Hi, Ian. How's it going?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was.
That's all right. It's the new thing we're saying now. We think it's firm but friendly. The intonation makes it friendly.
I mean, it's a bit weird, but you get the gist.
Yeah, no. The thing is that I mean, I didn't listen to all that last call, but I heard both your reaction to it, and it choked me a little bit because it was, it sounds very Yeah,
it was real. It was very real, and that is life. I'm afraid it was very real and honest. So thank you for the honesty, David. Anyway, James, what have you got for us?
Well, I called you about a month ago, and we didn't really get along because I spoke about my wife who's in South America, and I would like to straight off the bat apologise because I called both of you heartless on that evening, and I think that was quite harsh of me to say that.
Okay. Catherine, because I don't remember what happened.
I remember.
What happened? Well, I don't remember.
Well, just I don't know.
Okay, all right, all right. Well, okay, fine. Well, okay, fine, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go into it.
Okay, then let's not. Peace and love.
My situation compared to the last guy is nothing.
Well, no, but don't worry about that because we can't. I don't like playing the comparison game. You know, to some people,
I know.
It's all cool. We're all cool, man. We're like three little Fonzies. We're all cool.
Yeah. No, I understand. But I called up after some work drinks about a month ago.
Oh, I do remember. Yeah, I remember this guy. I remember this guy.
It got a bit circular. It happens.
Yeah, what it was on that particular night, I just, I had somebody talking to me, telling me about how hard it's going to be to get my wife into the country, and I rang up as a character called Stan, and
Stan was funny, man. Stan was funny. I liked Stan. Should have left it as Stan.
I know, but I ruined it. But,
okay, but so what are you saying tonight? I don't get what. Okay, so we've established that, and that's cool. We're cool.
No, I just want to apologise because
no need to. It's all good.
No, but I felt like it was a bit harsh of me to throw around the word heartless.
No, Kath is heartless. That was an accurate description of her.
It's something I've been struggling with for some time.
It's accurate. Listen, James, your apology is appreciated. It's taken. It's done and dusted. And we can now look to the future.
We can stop trying to find you. We've been trying to hunt you down, obviously, since that happened.
But what I wanted to say was, I actually found something really refreshing from both of you earlier in the week when I think it was Kath actually said it, and she said that nowadays everybody wants to, subscribe to a certain group, but everything's more nuanced than just. Fall into one camp, and I appreciate the word nuance is quite boring for a late-night radio show.
No, nuance is good. We like nuance.
There's not enough of it, is there?
No.
It's all binary at the moment.
Nuance gives you room to grow and change your mind and admit that maybe you're not an expert on everything, and that gives you a chance at not being an a-hole.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, I don't really have much more else to say than just a salute to that, really, because I don't really hear much of a salute to nuance in the media now.
I like salute to nuance.
That's what I'm going to call my first album.
No, well, particularly in phone-in radio and emboldened by Twitter and things like that, where it's zeros and ones, it's black and white, it's in or out, it's left or right, it's stay or go. That's it. There is no subtlety. Or subtlety is being worn out. You can't, for example, go on Twitter and go, you can't go on Twitter and wonder something, because then you get pounced on. You have to, it seems in Twitter, you have to
state your case.
This is what I believe.
Yeah.
And a lot of phone-in radios like that as well. The host will come on and say, I believe this. Phone in and challenge me.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's dull.
Isn't it?
Say that again.
That's detrimental, isn't it?
I don't detrimental, but it's boring.
You're only going to get one kind of call. I think that way.
Two kinds. You'll get some that agree with you and some that disagree with you, and that's it.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is, it's not your show. It's the wider society. Yep. What we're actually doing is we're discouraging from that thinking, that academic thinking.
Yeah.
As in, people like to think out loud about different things and hypothesize about different things, and like you say, if you go on Twitter and you have a certain hypothesis or you make a certain statement, then somebody will pounce on it straight away.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing ourselves as a society wrong by discouraging that thinking.
No, I agree. I agree. And also, you're not allowed to change your mind. I change my mind all the time. If someone comes up to me with facts or even an emotional argument, I quite happily go, all right, hang on, let me reassess my... I think my stance on this is wrong. But it's seen as a sign of weakness to change your mind on... I'm changing my mind all the flipping time, me. I don't want no problems with that. And also, if I make a mistake, I'll apologise. I won't double down. I'll apologise.
That's really interesting that you say that it's seen as a sign of weakness, because I actually seen it as a sign of strength.
Yeah,
that
totally.
You're willing to change your mind and actually take on someone else's point of view.
Of course it is, but people go on Twitter and they take a defensive position straight away, and that kind of prevents you from seeing the fact that the person you're talking to has probably got more in common with you than you have a difference if you get below the surface stuff.
And what I don't get is, like, when I was at university, I was encouraged to kind of be challenged by what I believe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And nowadays it seems that people just go into their echo chambers and just, what's the other word for echo chamber? The trenches, and don't come out of those trenches and just double down on what they believe in.
Yeah,
and,
because they're surrounded by everyone that thinks the same thing, so they can use that argument. Everyone I know thinks this, therefore this must be true.
Yeah, it's like confirmation bias, and the scary thing is where the hell does that lead?
It leads to Brexit. It leads to Trump. It leads to the right wing winning. James, listen. Thanks for the apology, man. We're all cool now, so call in any time you want, man. Thank you for that. I like kicking ideas around. Thank you. It's what we can do on this show sometimes, when we can be bothered, is kick ideas around. But you can't do it on Twitter. Because to do it on Twitter, you have to do it over several tweets. So then one tweet gets taken out of context, and that is the one that then gets retweeted as, well, he believes this. No. That was part of a series of thoughts that I was having as I was trying to reach a conclusion in my own mind. Let's go to Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Hey, how you doing? All right?
That's none of your business.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I have had a bit of an Iain Lee day today. I have gone, I have been watching some Rise. I have been doing some 11 o'clock show.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry.
I have read your blog, and I just thought I needed to ring you tonight, if that's okay.
Want to finish the day off properly.
Do you want me to talk dirty to you so you can end what you've begun? It's back to Katie's dad. It's not Katie's dad, is it? No, that would be awful.
Watching Rise.
Nearly all the 11 o'clock shows, including the 11 o'clock show Christmas special, they're all on my YouTube channel, and I don't know where you got the Rise stuff from, because I ain't seen that for years. Not much of that floating around, is there?
I've got that on I've got 3 VHSs, and one of them, it has got the last big breakfast on it. It's got the last Rise after that as well.
Please tell me it's got a big label and it's saying, Mike's Do Not Tape Over.
Have you got the last episode?
Of course it has. Brilliant. It's got the little tab taken out. And
have you got the last episode of Rise?
Not
the one where I cry at the end, but I only cry because I had this stick that you rubbed on your eyes and it made you cry.
In your eyes.
Yeah, and then we did a big pile on at the end, didn't we?
Yes, I remember that.
Is there any way you can do a copy of that and send it to me? Come on, Mike, you owe me.
It is the full couple of hours. If I can, I will do. I'll see I can't, but I'll have a word with my mate.
Have a word if you can, because I'd love a copy of that. I would absolutely love a copy of that, and I'd put it up on YouTube and stuff. And but let us know. Send us an email, and we'll see if we can work out a way. Maybe if you send it recorded delivery, and I'd pay for that, and then I'd send it back to you, or something. Send us an email, Mark, because I'd love to see that.
It was. I did record it. I honestly recorded it, but when it was on and it was there, mate, honestly, it was brilliant.
I thought Rise was great. No one watched it, but I thought I was having the time of my life.
It was amazing. It was my boss, right? My boss, he wanted me at 8:30 in the morning, and I said, "Nope, I'm getting there at 9. And I'm watching Rise." And then
screw that loser, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it went. But I could certainly. It's the last one. It's got the full lot with John Ticker. We've got, and who else is on that?
I don't remember. We had some good terms.
There was so many. It was so.
Basically, everyone that had been on that year kind of popped back, didn't they? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. It was, yeah. I mean, I look on YouTube and I've watched the YouTube stuff and with got Face Man on there and stuff.
Yeah, the Face Man turned up.
I have got the full last thing on there, but I will certainly, if I can, I will sort that for you.
Mike, send us if you got Iain at iainlee.com. Send me a little email. We'll work something out because I would love to see that. That would be awesome. Okay. Well, listen, you've had a day worshipping at the altar of Lee, and I can't blame you. What can I do to end this day perfectly.
I
Do you
can
want me
send
to
you a clip of me doing Look East, reporting on a donkey stuck in a field.
Goodness sakes,
That's
Ollie.
10 miles on
Would
the
you like me to?
Is Kath talking about donkeys again?
She's obsessed.
I only talk about donkeys.
Kath, I haven't got my thing. What can I do? Do you want me to cut you off? Do you want me to swear at you? Do you want me to sing you a song? How can I end this day for you?
If you could.
There we go. He's gone. We got that done, didn't we? Okay, good. He's had a full day of Lee. Of course, I've got to give him something. We did a naughty there. Susan, say they will come to you in a bit.
Incredible scenes.
I'd love to. I wouldn't watch it, but I'd love to have a copy of that and put it up on YouTube. I loved Rise. No one watched it. We had one day when we registered 0 viewers. I had the time, like, best paid job I've ever had. The most fun. I loved working with Kate.
She's a darling.
She's wonderful. She's very funny. I'm glad I was off the week that she said on Breakfast TV that Hitler was a great leader.
What?
And I came back into that, and I get a point. I know what she means, but came back and all the headlines. Kate Lawler in Nazi jibe. Hitler was a great leader. I was going, oh, God, Kate, thank God I wasn't here for that. Susan, come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I just wanna love her like any other. What do I get? I only want a friend who stay to the end. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I'm in distress, I need a caress. What do I get? I'm a maker, I just need a break. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I only get sleepless nights alone here in my haunted bed. The interest in the town I drive. I wish that only happened to me instead. What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I only get sleepless nights alone in my haunted bed. The interest in the town I ride. I wish it only happened to me instead. What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I just wanna love her like any other. What do I get? I only wanna come with love to the end. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? Well, let me tell you now. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? No love. What do I get? No sleep at night. What do I get? Nothing.
That's all.
That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. 'Cause I don't get you.
I haven't heard that for ages. Playing that because everyone will be playing Ever Fallen in Love when there are songs equally as good as the Buzzcocks. Pete Shelley. 63.
God.
It's no age, is it?
No.
Saw Pete Shelley. First gig, second gig, first gig. First gig I went to. London Central Poly. I was 15. It was to see Frank Sidebottom, who was comparing it. That night I also saw The Man from Del Monte, who then became my favourite band. And the other acts were Pete Shelley and Edward Tudorpole.
Oh, right.
And what a night. What a night for a 15-year-old lad. It was incredible. And, yeah, Pete Shelley, man. That's a shame. It was responsible for some great noisy pop. I was going to play Orgasm Addict, but luckily I checked the lyrics, so...
What, a bit rude, are they?
I think we played them before and we discovered the hard way that there's an F-bomb in there.
Wow.
It's a great, you know Orgasm Addict, don't you? It's a great, Orgasm Addict. Well, you tried it just for once. This is for Katie's dad. Well, you tried it just for once, found it all right for kicks, but now you found out that it's a habit that sticks, and you're an orgasm addict. You're an orgasm addict. Sneaking in the back door with dirty magazines.
Oh.
Now your mother wants to know about the stains on your jeans. You're an orgasm addict. You're an orgasm addict. You get in a heat. You get in a sulk. But you still keep her beating your meat to pulp.
Flipping heck.
You're an orgasm addict. You're an orgasm addict. You're a kid Casanova. You're no Joseph. It's a labour of love. Effing yourself to death. Orgasm addict, or you're an orgasm addict. You're making out with school kids, winos and heads of state. You even made it with the lady who puts the little plastic bobbins on the Christmas cakes. Butcher's assistants and bellhops, you've had them all here and there. Children of God and their joy strings. International women with no body hair. Ooh, so whether you're asking in an alley and your voice ain't steady, your sex mechanic's rough, you're more than ready. You're an orgasm addict. You're an orgasm addict. Johnny want Effie. Always and always. He's got the energy. He will remain. He's an orgasm addict. He's always at it. There we go. It's orgasm addict. Dirty. It's about a song about teenagers. It's about 15-year-old me. That's what that song's about. It's also a song
wonder
about...
you got anything else done,
Well,
to be honest.
I didn't. I failed my exams. It's a song also about Susan. Good evening, Susan.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Katie.
And good evening, Susie.
Good evening, Suze. Suze the Flues. Good evening. Hello, caller. Can we help you?
Hello, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
I'm here. Okay, well, I just want to say a special message to David. Okay?
Yes.
Not to you, Ian.
Yes.
I want to say that I'm very proud and pleased that David phoned you about his dreadful loss of his beautiful wife. And there's an echo. Why is there an echo? What have you done to the phone?
I haven't done anything to the phone. No, am I bumming it?
Bugging it.
No, I'm not bugging. Hang on. If I put you on this line, it might... try that. Is that better?
Yes, thank you. I don't know what that... No, it's still there, but never
Oh, well,
mind.
deal with it. Just get on with it. We can't hear it and we don't care. Get on with it.
Okay. Well, I want to send my love and thoughts across the airwaves to David, and I'm just very pleased and proud that David's phoned and shared his dreadful loss with us, because we all send our love and thoughts to you, David. If you're listening, I hope you're still listening, and
so we can hear your speech.
Well, I'm trying to help, actually.
Okay. Well, okay.
And it reminds me of something. You know, David, you said you've got this beautiful little 2-year-old daughter that you had with your wonderful wife.
Yeah.
Now, I've got lots of solutions about things.
Okay. Well, I don't. Here's the thing. Let's not. No. Yes, Susan.
Lovely,
Susan. Let's let David. If David wants advice if David wants solutions.
It's not advice or solution.
You just said you've got plenty of solutions.
No.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that.
You literally just did.
I'm sorry. No,
I'm sorry. You literally just did, and I don't want it. Susan, listen to me. Listen to me.
It's a mistake.
Susan. Okay, great. Listen. Just shut up for a second and listen to me. I know you're very well intended. Your intentions are good here, but please be. For God's sakes, woman. I know your intentions are good, but what are you doing? I don't want you giving advice.
No, it wasn't advice. No, I promise it's not.
All right, you carry on. If it sounds like advice, I'm going to cut you off.
Okay, I swear on my deathbed, it's not advice for David or anybody. But I think that this beautiful little girl will be a memory of Sarah.
Okay.
Always.
All right. Okay.
That's all. Is that all right?
Okay. Was there anything else?
That's. Well, I didn't want to offer anything
On a different
more than
subject? Was there anything else on a different subject?
Yes.
Let's go there then.
Have you seen the film The Painted Veil, which is based on a story by Somerset Maugham?
No.
That sounds just your sort of film.
I have not seen that. Is Bruce Willis in it?
Bruce Lee.
No, you don't know watch him. No, what are you talking about? Why should Bruce
What
Lee
are you talking
be
about,
in it?
Willis? Bruce Willis is Britain's greatest actor.
And by the way, I did shed a tear for you, David. I shed a tear as well as Katie and Iain. Is that right? End of story, okay?
I bet I shed more.
I'm not going to bother David again, but I just,
Okay.
wanted to say that.
All right, so
we're all with
All
him.
right, okay. Well, then, what was it? So you're talking about Somerset Maugham now and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, the film.
The Return of Bruno.
Nothing to do with Bruce Willis.
Then why did you mention him?
I didn't mention
You
Bruce Willis.
did. You said Bruce Willis.
You keep saying Bruce Willis.
Katie, did I say Bruce Willis?
Just said you did, and I heard you.
Catherine, did I?
You just said it just then. And a
Yeah,
bit
but not
and a bit before. A bit
The
before. yeah.
film is based in 1920s in China. And
So
it's
Bruce Lee could be in it.
No, you idiot. It's not that kind of film. You're making me shout.
I'm not making you do anything. Your anger and your stupidity issues are making you shout. The fact that you're thick makes you shout.
Oh, come on now. Let's play nice.
Well,
Yeah,
you
well,
tell
you
it
could
stop
be
shouting.
polite, couldn't you?
Let's all stop shouting.
I'm not the one. No one's shouting apart from this crazy woman.
You're always shouting.
I'm not shouting now. So that's a lie. That's a libel. I'd like you to apologise.
It's based
Retract
in the
that lie
20s
and
in
apologise.
Retract what line?
The lie about me always shouting.
Sometimes you shout.
That's different. Yes, sometimes I shout. Yeah.
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 Okay.
I've been to China. Have you?
Shout because you provoke me.
How
to
dare
shout.
you? How dare you? Have you ever been to China?
No, have
Well,
you?
yes, I have actually. So I know more about China than you do. Carry on.
You didn't know anything about China in the 20s, in the colonial reign.
Of course I did. Of course I know about it. Do you know about the kickboxers revolution?
Okay, well, if you know about it, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I do know loads about it. Actually,
Well, I think you'd like do you like classical period
do you
films?
know who was ruling China in the 1920s? Any ideas?
It wasn't Mao, was it? He came later, didn't he?
No, Mao's no. Shall I let you know? Shall I let you know?
Who was it?
The Japanese. The Japanese were ruling China in those days. Yes.
When did Mao come to the?
I am not going to tell you. I'm going to let you find that out for yourself.
Yeah, the Japs did. Occupy.
Whoa! We don't say Japs. We say Japanese.
The Japanese and the Chinese don't like each other,
No,
do
they don't, because Japan went over
No.
there for a long time and treated them like dogs, worse than dogs, in their own country.
Well,
Kickboxer
China's
rebellion.
China's after one of their islands, isn't it? They keep saying it's theirs, and it's not. The Japs.
Well,
the Japanese
stop saying
are-
Japs. Japs is an offensive term, and I'm really sorry if anyone is offended by that. It's an offensive term, Susan.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
What about if I say Poles for Polish people? I don't mean any harm with it. Is that offensive?
Well, that's different. Jap is an offensive. Why don't you say the abbreviated version of Pakistani then? You know, Susan, because you're brighter than you let on, that some abbreviated names are offensive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
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 Yeah, we go.
And the film is very sad because that's twice I've cried today because this
Don't.
spoilt little girl from London. She married this a British biologist.
I don't know this story. Is this in the
He
papers
went
today? Because I've not seen this.
Well, if you shut up, I'll tell you.
Is this story in the newspapers today? Are you about to libel someone?
Film, you idiot.
There you go, losing.
Hopeless. I can't get any further than a sentence with you.
Because you keep
without
shouting. You keep shouting, Susan. You're a very angry lady. Calm down.
You shout sometimes.
Yes, sometimes I shout, yes.
Okay. Do you want to hear the story? A bit more of the story.
Roger has tweeted in. Roger says, is it me, or is Susan more argumentative and arsey since she stopped seeing her fancy bit? Frustration, maybe?
Well, that's a very sexist thing to say, Roger.
No, right.
But sometimes you need a release. You need like a literal release of built-up fluids.
She's not said she's not releasing. She doesn't need a man for that.
Okay,
No,
fair
I
point.
don't.
Good point. Good point. She said she was celibate. Well, hang on, we're talking about you, Susan, not to you. She did. She said, "Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet." She did say she's right. I do shout sometimes.
Yeah.
She said she was celibate.
That doesn't mean you don't.
Yes, it does.
I was celibate. I've been celibate a lot. It's not a problem.
Does that mean no
She's
tickling
been celibate almost 8 hours today.
Does that mean no tickle in the pickle?
It does actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, I couldn't do that.
What, you couldn't do what?
Be celibate.
Tickle your pickle.
No, and not even tickle the pickle.
No.
I suppose you get to a point where it's a bit boring.
You get, look, what it is, you get used to your life, whether you're having sex or not. You get used to it, don't you?
I suppose.
You know, not like Iain. Iain plays with it all the time.
Oh God, it's never
around with it.
Seldom stops.
Has he got his hand on it now?
No, he's got his hands above the desk because he knew that was going to be your next question.
Good. He'll probably have a go at it when he gets home or in the car at the traffic lights.
I'm not going to have a go in the car at the traffic lights, but yes, I will probably have a go at.
Catherine, are you wearing a short skirt, sweetie?
No, I'm not. I'm wearing trousers.
Good. You've got to watch it with Iain. I don't trust that boy.
Okay. Thanks for your call, Susan.
Bye, sweetie.
There we go. Bye, sweetie.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Well, Sally suggests that Susan is flirting with me, and Dave says Susan wants to play with your gear stick.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. The late night, what a show. The Late Night Alternative, Iain Lee, Katherine Boyle, still got that mouth ulcer, but it's going a bit, so I didn't get any medicine for it. Being very,
I sent
very
you a
brave.
picture of the medicine involved.
Thanks so much. Turns out just having a picture of it on your phone doesn't actually work. You need to go out and buy it and put it on, so I'm cool. And also, I can't access my phone anymore. Look, it's off, and now it's on again.
Well, you should...
And then it'll go off again. All because it's got it in it.
You should have paid attention to the picture before you pooed on it. It's not my fault if you're a filthy animal.
God. But, filmed my eldest son in his Christmas play, and there was no sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him to recreate his lines over the top. That's what I'll do.
Lovely.
That's what we'll do. 03, some show tonight, guys. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for everyone on Twitter and people who are texting in. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a show that I'm going to carry around with me for years, I think. When people say, and David's just emailed me, David, thank you. I will send you, I don't know my number, but I'll send you my number tomorrow, even though you can't phone me or text me because my phone don't work. So that's the ultimate get out. Please don't do a Sadiq and phone me 20 times a day.
Is he still phoning?
He stopped, actually. He stopped. I think he's got the hint.
Oh, dear.
He's not.
Or his phone's broken.
But yeah, this is one of those, when people sometimes people ask, what's the most memorable? I think tonight's has been pretty much. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let us go to Lee. Good evening, Lee.
Hello?
Hello, Lee.
So it's Luke.
Oh, dear.
Mark. Listen, I know you work... Hang on a minute, Lee. Mark. Look, Mark, I know that you work on Martin Kellner's show normally. I know that he doesn't get any calls. And I know that because just before we finish this show, we tell everybody not to call. Because we don't want to get more calls. Shut up, Lee. So just before our show finishes, we say, don't call Martin. It's like a big practical joke, and it's funny.
It's probably for the best, though, because Martin's got a temper.
Lee, please keep quiet. But here's the thing. We like to get the names of our callers right, Mark, OK? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, Lee, what can we do for you?
Iain, two things. One thing is I met you years ago when I ran a little magazine and we interviewed you with my ex-wife. We came to, I think...
Absolute. What was it called? It wasn't Vulture. Station.
It was like a little zine magazine.
I think I do remember that, man. I do remember that.
Yeah, do you remember? Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
And I just want to say that, I've suffered from a quite a serious mental health issue the last probably 5 years.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry
and I've listened to your radio show since LBC days.
Yeah.
And I just love it, and I appreciate it, and I think you're doing a great thing, and I think you're working hard in whatever way you do it, I always, every night, listen to it. You know.
Well, bless you, man. I appreciate the kind words, Lee. I do remember chatting to you. That must have been that must have been about 7 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going? So how come you're struggling? What's going on?
Can we keep my name as Lee? Is that okay?
Of course we can, Lee.
Yeah. So I got diagnosed with bipolar.
Okay.
And it's it's a weird illness to have because it affects a lot of people around you. And also yourself, obviously. Ben, you talk very openly.
Yeah.
I'll be open.
How does it affect?
It affects a lot of people around you.
In what way does your bipolar affect those around you?
I think for a long time I didn't quite understand it.
Yeah.
So you kind of ignore it and let it carry on. So for 3 months a year you're not really present.
Yeah.
Then maybe for the next 2 months you're still not present. I've only recently learned this, how I am, from self-learning. But I was never really up. I'm always depressed, but I get arrogant and aggressive and, not very nice. And suddenly people go around you go, well, what's your problem? You go, well, I demand more.
Yeah, I demand more. What a great way of putting it, man. Yes, I get that.
It's tough because your partner goes, you've not been here for 3 months, so now you demand more.
How?
So it's hard for everyone to remember.
Of course
I want
it
to be understood.
Yeah.
And, partners want to go, I want to be loved. And you go, well, I need help.
Do you know what? You raise a really good point. It is obviously with all illnesses and mental illness, the focus is on the person who's got it. But it is, and I know this is really tough on the partners and the kids too, if there are kids involved. It's tough on the people who love them because
kids. They don't live with me.
Okay.
And it's nothing sinister about it, but I think, like you say a lot of times, when you see your kids, you can kind of snap out of it, can't you?
There is an element of that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You can just, what you need to do, however you feel, you can support them and look after them.
Yeah. Generally. Not all the time, but generally, I liken it to, generally I can play the part of dad. If I'm not feeling it, I can quite often play the part of dad. Sometimes I can't.
I totally agree.
Sometimes I can't do it.
Always after.
Yeah.
And what I always correspond with you is your guilt. You're quite honest with it.
Yeah.
So the guilt I always have after is like, I was there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you weren't present. I felt guilty because I wasn't actually enjoying that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about how I felt and panicking and worried about
resenting the kids a bit as well. I get that. I resent them.
The kids, you know how it is. But it's more about kind of like going after they leave. You go. They must have noticed that you were kind of like you were there playing Lego or building Meccano, but you weren't really actually in the zone with them.
Yeah. How are you today? So this has been going on for a while. How are you today, man? Are you you got meds? Are you working on it? What's happening?
I'm on meds.
Yes.
For the last 4 months.
Any change yet?
You know what's really horrible? The change was great.
Yeah.
It totally changed me. I was like a normal. I'm not saying normal person, but
no, I know what you mean by that. Go
on. You know what I mean? I was like totally different.
You weren't nuts anymore, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I wasn't bonkers anymore.
Yeah, we're allowed to say that.
But it was like that. It was like, you go, I don't want to swear, but you go, my God.
Yeah.
It's very different.
I don't want to swear. My God, this is very different. That's the poshest way of putting it.
I'm from Bethnal Green, do you know what I mean? So I was going to say something else.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Listen, go on.
Right, after, I think 3 months, I've just come out of a hole, basically.
Yeah.
I've just,
Brilliant.
And that sort of feeling when you kind of go, you're rushing and rushing and rushing, and you can't quite stop it, and you don't know what to do, and you're ringing people and asking for help and doctors and things, and no one can really help you. You have to kind of... I'm lucky, I've got a lot of support. I've got like a free counsellor every week.
Hey, that's good. That's a great position to be
I've got a weird different thing.
Yeah.
But you can't still, why I wanted to ring you because I honestly listen to you every single night. I really, I respect what you say every night, and you're honest and you're an honest person about it all. I think, people, it's never that easy. When you can think and talk as much as you want to talk and get counselling and get help, but when it happens, all that goes out the window sometimes, and you have to kind of you just suffer with it for a little while.
There is, however much counselling, however much therapy, however many friends you've got, there is always some point when you are on your own, and that might be when you turn out the light and go to bed, or there are always periods when you're on your own, and that is when it can be at its toughest, because that's when you go survive your thoughts.
But Ian, I think sometimes not even just turning your light off. I think sometimes, you might wake up one morning, that's your day, and you go, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
What do I do here? And I'm lucky because I always go, my children will protect me mentally.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And I'm not going to do anything dangerous because I know if I leave them, then what have they got?
Yeah.
But, you kind of go... I think, from what I've learned for the last year is there's always going to be one thing one day when you can't cope anymore. And I always believe, there's something about hearing what you say and listening to... Someone said to me, watch the Frank Bruno documentary about his daughter.
Oh, yeah. Is that, did you watch that? I've not seen that. Someone recommended that to me a while ago.
It's actually... It's not, amazing. It's good if you've got partner problems.
Yeah.
Because it's about family hating bipolar people. But it's interesting to watch, and it's kind of, it works.
Yeah.
I kind of think, there's always that one day when you go, I can't do anything more.
Yeah.
And you do, don't you? Everyone does it. You do it, I do it, and people do it. But it's kind of like sometimes you go, it's nice to hear other people understand that as well.
Hey, listen, man, it's nice to talk to you 7 or 8 years after you were kind enough to pop into the studio and have a chat with me and help, plug the show and stuff. And it sounds like you're starting an exciting adventure, and I wish you the best of luck, brother. And give us a call anytime you want, man.
Cheers, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you sharing your story with us, Lee/Luke.
You blew it.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. See you later on, Lee.
Cheers, man.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye. Gosh. Well. I remember that interview. He's a nice guy. Well. It's one of those shows tonight, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
It's a good job I'm heartless, otherwise I'd be in bits.
I think it's important. I'm going to say this young lady's name again because I forgot it. And I think it's important when we were talking about Vicky Archer, the mum and the BBC radio presenter at BBC Radio Shropshire, who left her show early and took her own life. Reading that story, which did actually has affected me, partly because we've got a similar kind of job, and and partly because I get a bit of stick sometimes if I take a night off because I'm not feeling the vibe, not
but
feeling
only from
it.
idiots.
Yeah, only from idiots, exactly. But if I were a different person, I could possibly go that way. So then to hear calls like Lee and David and stuff like that, I think it's I don't want to get too pretentious, but it's important stuff. It's important stuff, and I appreciate honesty. That's what it is. Let's go to Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mark. What can we do for you this evening?
So this actually brings me on to what I wanted to say.
Okay.
So I listen, I'm a support worker and I work a lot of nights.
Yeah.
So I listen to you and I've never really thought about calling up. But I wanted to say thank you to you both for the way you actually support people.
Thank you. But I'm only doing a sharp intake of breath because I'm not very good at taking compliments, and and I appreciate what you're saying. Thank you very much, Mark.
And I know you get a lot of stick
from Katherine primarily, but yes, there's a bit of stick. There's a bit of stick. Yeah.
So and earlier I was listening to your podcast, So I listened to them on the way home, and Susan was on one of the podcasts.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, God, she's a right laugh.
Shut up, you! Shut up, you! Shut up! We get all of God's creatures calling in, and that's why I love doing a late night show, because you wouldn't have got any of the calls that we got if we were on in the afternoon or in the morning. No. This, for me, we wouldn't have got you phoning in if we were doing a morning show. This is why this time of night something magical happens, Mark. So you work nights. So what are you working in, a care home? Are you taking calls for emergency situations? What's the deal?
Well, I do that 'cause I'm a key worker, but then also it's independent living. So
Right.
there's 3 or 4 of them living in a house on their own.
Okay.
We're there, right in the background.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, man. Thank you for the work that you do, because I'm sure you're not rolling in cash.
We do what you call sleeps.
Right.
So we sleep there as well. So
Yeah.
that kind of tops it up.
Okay. Well, isn't there? Now, are you part of this, or is this might be care home workers, which is, I know, is significantly different. But there's talk of changing the way sleepover is paid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would that affect you?
Yeah. So 9 months ago, just before I started the job, we were being paid £42, so the flat line £42 to do the sleep.
Yeah.
And then a company called Mind, which is a big support work company, kicked up this big fuss about it, and it went to court. So the government recommended that they pay us minimum wage for sleeping. So that, for me, was an extra £26 a night.
Right.
And then just recently, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, it went to the High Court, and the judge kind of chucked it under the table and said, no, it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd gone back down to flat rate.
I'd heard something about that, and apparently it's a really important way for people who don't earn that much anyway, that you can earn quite a bit more money through doing these sleeps. But the argument, have I got this right? The argument is that if you're sleeping, then you're not working. Now, obviously, you could get woken up at any point, and you might not get any sleep. But if you're sleeping, you're not working, so you shouldn't get more money. Is that the argument?
Yes. Yeah, that is the argument that the judge was saying. And there's been occasions where I've worked, so I've done a 8-hour shift, then done a sleep, and then going into like a 13-hour shift the next day.
Wow.
I've been woke up at 4.
Yeah.
And then not been able to get back to sleep.
I bet.
So then I've got to then still do all that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. And I know this with my mum being in a care home. We are all screwed. It could be in the next 5 years. It could be in the next 20 years. It could be in the next 6 months. We are all screwed because the carers and people who are oversee other people's health that aren't necessarily doctors and things, the way we treat them is disgusting. In my mum's care home, the turnover of people is incredible. And you've got people there who are disabled and all kinds of things. They want consistency. And they don't get it. Every time I go in, it's different people working there because the job is so badly paid. We should be paying people like Mark and people that look after my mum. We should be paying them a king's ransom.
I think when they hear the word carers, they expect you to be doing it for love.
Yeah.
And so somehow you're a bad person if you want to make a living.
Yeah. I don't do too bad. Like, I live away out the city. I live like 15 miles out of Nottingham.
Right.
So our house is a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So I bring home like nearly 2,500.
A day?
A month.
Oh, okay. A day. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm
So I
teasing.
don't do too bad. So my best friend who I live with is a manager of like a bistro, and I earn more than him.
Wow. Oh, hello. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's right.
So yeah, I don't do too bad, but that was when the sleeps were being paid.
Yeah.
Like minimum wage. So I don't know what it's going to be like this month.
All right. Hey, listen, Mark, thank you for the work you do, man. I hope that doesn't sound patronising. I appreciate it. And, you keep on keeping on, man.
Thanks for having me on.
No worries, Mark.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Mark.
Thank you. £2,500 a month. That's about 30 grand a year. I've just done the maths using a calculator. It'll be a little bit less than that because obviously he's not going to work every single week. Mm-hmm. That's nothing. I mean, don't say 30 grand a year is nothing because, of course, it is a significant amount of money. But for the amount of work that guy's putting in,
look at the hours he's working.
For the amount of work,
look at the impact on his life.
And I'm not in any way knocking people who earn 30 grand a year. Of course not. But for the amount of work that dude is putting in, that ain't nothing. And for the stuff he's having to do, and see nothing.
Incredible. Seeing that sleep, quote unquote sleep, as a break almost,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
allowing him to go on and doing another shift on top of that.
I was kind of my ear was just following that story as it went along, and I was a little bit aware of it. Hello, Deborah.
Hello, Ian. I don't care how you are.
I love her. I want to marry her. Are you married? Are you single? What's going on? We're getting married.
You were talking about films earlier, and I just wanted to mention an absolutely brilliant film regarding, as it was, manic depression, now leading on to bipolar.
Yes.
Mr. Jones with Richard Gere.
Oh, I don't know that one. Is that the one where he's an officer and a gentleman?
No. Oh, behave yourself.
Is that the one where he gets that Hollywood actress who's fallen on hard times, so she becomes a sex worker, and he buys her some boots, and they have sex?
No.
Don't know any other Richard Gere films.
Yeah,
Go on.
American Gigolo.
What?
He was great.
Oh,
in that.
God.
Oh.
Couldn't you just...
I could just... Even though when he lays those ties out, every single one is a shocker.
No, not that one either. It's based on a true story. He suffers from manic depression. He's put on medication for his manic depression to bring his highs down. His highs include him walking along scaffolding.
Oh, blimey.
Oh.
And he stops his medication.
Oh.
He also starts an affair with his psychiatrist. I don't know if that has anything to do. This is based on a true story.
Yeah.
And it's just an absolutely amazing film. It's called Mr. Jones, Richard Gere. Watch it.
All right. So it's called Mr. Jones, Richard Gere. Watch it.
Yeah.
No, behave yourself. And I think your final song tonight should be Sarah, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, I see. We don't always get to do final songs because blooming Paul Ross comes in when he remembers. I don't know if you heard last night, Deborah. Paul Ross didn't come in.
I was going to ring, but I'd been out on a 60th birthday party last night, and I was quite.
You were pissed.
No, I wasn't pissed, actually. I got up for work this morning.
Oh, right, okay, so you went to work drunk. Don't be proud of that.
I gave medication out pissed, yes, really.
Well, we've got that. We've clipped that. We're sending it to our employers. She's out.
Deborah, flew over the cuckoo's nest. Here we go.
There we go. Deborah, nice to talk to you. And it's a great suggestion for a song. Thank you very much. Yes, Damo.
Hey.
Hey, Damo.
Ian Lee, the most wonderful man on the radio station.
That's correct, yes.
And Kath, the most beautiful voice on the airwaves.
Oh,
is this the guy that likes to... Yeah. OK, this is the guy that likes to listen to Katherine and pleasure himself.
No, I've never...
You're drunk again?
I've had a couple of ciders.
Dirty pervert.
Yeah.
A dick.
If I can't be with Kath, then I'm going to have a couple of drinks.
And what have you got in your hand?
A dick.
OK,
Stop
Katherine.
it.
No.
Katherine, leave it.
Dirty pervert.
Please, he's one of our callers.
I didn't say that. No, the reason for which I'm calling...
Yes, what the reason for which you're calling?
Is about eggs.
OK.
EGGS, eggs.
Well done.
When you buy eggs from the shop, yeah, they're never in the refrigerator, are they?
No.
Why has everybody got a shelf in
Vietnam and Watergate and eggs. Agent orange, blue and red and eggs. Legs. You gotta have to watch for a kick in the crotch. But on eggs.
That's the egg song.
Is that about eggs or is that about cojones?
I've never heard the egg song.
That's
I've
the egg
never
song.
heard it.
It's about eggs. It's about literal eggs.
But he's talked about a kick in the
I'm
crotch.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Well, hang on. If I get the video, let me find the right video for that. Here we go. This is the eggs video. Here we go. Hang on a minute. We're with you in a minute, Dame. I'm just proving the point now. eggs. So it's eggs.
Right, it's only the confusion is in Spanish, they refer to their balls as huevos.
No, they don't.
Eggs.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't.
But listening
no,
to
they
that,
don't.
I can hear the children in the background, and their father would not be singing about his testicles.
They don't. They don't. They call them cojones. Everybody knows
They
that.
call them cojones and huevos.
No, they don't have to. No, that's two words for ball. Please be quiet, Damo, please! They do not have... No, what language has more than one word for balls?
Us?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Name another word for balls.
Knackers.
That's horses. Next.
Knackers.
Knackers. Nicky Nacky Noo. Yes, you're not supposed to put eggs in a fridge, Damo.
So, why is there a shelf in the fridge that's got sections...
To confuse idiots.
Eggs?
How's it going?
Yeah, I suppose it's worked.
Thanks very much for your call, Damo. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk. It's quite harsh, even by my standards, on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yes. I remember what the show was going to be before we were sidetracked.
Oh, yeah.
Buy eggs! I'd love... Now, I'm going to need some help with this. I want to try something, but I don't think I can do it on my own.
Oh, God.
Could you help me do these?
I've not got enough paint.
Would you mind?
I showed you them the other day.
Yeah, but this shows you how to do it. These instructions.
I know how to do it.
New festive body art craze laid bare. It's the latest craze for adding sparkle to a bum per Christmas. Body art company Go Get Glitter. Hashtag Justice for Glitter. That's Mariah Carey's hashtag Justice for Glitter.
They don't know, do
As
they?
Limmy says, justice was served. Has given a festive twist to the trend for decorating backsides and boobs last summer.
Oh, really? I missed that one.
Bauble bums and Christmas pudding breasts. Bauble bums and Christmas pudding breasts are causing a storm on social media. Here, Sigdem Tanrioglu brings you a step-by-step guide to recreate the look and make sure your crackers sparkle during the party season. So, basically, it's putting glitter on your boobs and on your bum.
Paint a big circle on your bum.
A bauble bum. Here we go. Step 1. Dip a large brush into body glue. This is bauble bum, yeah. Step 1. Dip a large brush into body glue, then into a pot of purple glitter. Use brush to draw a circle for your bauble. Use the same method to fill in most of your circle, leaving gaps for some silver shimmer and to pass a stool. Step 2. Fill in all gaps with silver glitter on a clean brush to create an extra sparkly effect.
Oh, tell you what, though. You don't want glitter near your orify. Do you? Come on, that's going to chafe.
Step 3, use a clean brush dipped in body glue to draw a hook. Apply a layer of... So basically, paint...
Paint a bauble on your bum.
OK, here's a bell's bottom.
What?
Step 1. Poor woman. Cover a chunky brush in body glue and red glitter. Carefully outline the shape of a bow and fill in. Step 2, use a clean brush for... Basically, paint bells and a bow on your arse.
What for, though?
What? Add a clapper to the base of each bell.
A what? A what now?
What is the point? What is it? It doesn't look sexy.
And take a picture and make a thirst trap is what is going on there, because that serves no purpose whatsoever. Here's a tip. Blokes like bums and boobs. You don't need to jazz them up.
Some blokes like bums and willies.
Well.
And that is fine.
But I think we can all
fine.
agree we all like bums.
Everybody loves bums.
Everyone.
Everybody loves bums, don't they?
Even the Queen likes a bum.
Wait. Right. I need you to clip that.
Don't.
Mark, I don't know if you have the technology your side to clip Katherine saying even the Queen likes a bum, if you could.
And then could you clip him saying it?
And then, no, don't clip me. I forbid you as your boss. So clip that, and if you could email it to me, I'll give you my email address. That would be lovely, Mark. Thank you.
Don't, because I could actually get sent to the tower.
For a bum. That's going to be my new She's 97.
Well, her eyes aren't painted on. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, Mum. It's Mama's in ham, isn't it?
No, it's Mama's in jam. It's Mama's in jam. But yes, it's Mam is how it's pronounced. You're absolutely correct there. Well done.
At least to get that right.
Would you like to... We've got 10 minutes of the show left. Would you like to earn your keep tonight and do a little bit of work? Yeah. Do you think you do a little bit of work that isn't...
All right, here's a nightmare bride.
If you send it, Mark, to Iain, I-A-I-N, at iainlee.com...
Please don't.
That would be great.
Please
Thank you.
don't.
And if that's the same email address, if anybody wants to email me for a good time...
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Mark. It's nice having you on board, by the way. Professional. An experienced professional. Unlike that kid we have in. What's his name? Stan. Something. I don't even know who he is. Greasy little... Hate that guy. He's taken to hiding and jumping out on me. And I will not stand for that. I will not stand for that. Does it again, I will... Here's the thing. He does it. And my SAS training starts to kick in. But then I manage to overcome it.
Yeah.
But one day...
He's going to get a karate chop in the windpipe, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Be careful, boy.
Finding the perfect wedding outfit can be difficult, so
Yep.
sometimes a bit of guidance from the bride and groom about that and the venue can be helpful.
That's true, actually, yeah. Very, very wise words.
But one woman took this to extreme lengths when she issued a strict dress code for her guests based on what they weigh.
What?
This is in the Mirror. On the Mirror Online. Posting on Facebook months ahead of her 2019 wedding, the woman gave 4 outfit options with size guidelines. She explained the rather unusual requirements are because the couple are planning a fun video and the guests will all be a part of it. And guests won't even get to spend the full day in the requested clothes. The bride has also demanded they change for the evening celebrations and they must all spend at least £565 on their evening outfit.
Get stuffed.
I know, it's like...
The marriage isn't going to last.
Some people who get married think that it's all about the party, don't they? And they forget that actually, no one's going to be speaking to you by the end of it. Hey everyone, who's ready for Hawaii 2019? In anticipation of the wedding, and believe me, I know it's a long way away, but... ring emojis. I would still like to announce the dress code. I'm giving you long notice of a year and a half so that you'll have time to find it and pick out something nice. Smiley face.
I've got some appropriate music. Hang on, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you wanna...
The dress code is very specific because it will be used to create an incredible visual effect. If done right, it will make our synchronised dancing along the beach really pop. Oh my God. No one should go to this wedding. That would be a nice picture.
Well, that's a bit mean.
No, what
Come
an
on,
awful,
Steve Allen.
What an awful person. So, without further ado, spelt with 2 O's, women.
Ado, as in Edward ado. So, without Edward ado.
Yes. Women,
He's a nice guy.
brackets,
I like
£100 to £160. I want you to wear a green velvet sweater, orange suede pants, Louboutin heels, the famous red-heeled shoes when we spin and lift our feet. The effect will amaze you.
Is this a real human being?
Yeah, a Burberry scarf. Men, £100 to £200.
Yeah, go on.
Purple fuzzy jacket, soda hat, all white trainers and plain glow sticks. They get the easy end of this bargain. Women, £160 plus, all black sweater and pants, any material, black heels. We're not even going to talk about you. Men, £200 plus, all camouflage.
Kath's telling the
sneakers.
listeners how she wants them to dress if they're going to listen to the show.
Children, red from head to toe. Remember, the kids will form the shape of a heart. It needs to be true red, not blood orange or some SH1T. Additionally, we will require that you wear...
This is an American if it's Hawaii.
American.
If they're going to Hawaii, it's American.
Additionally, we will require that you wear formal attire after the dancing has ended. Please bring a change of clothing. Remember, the venue is extremely upscale and we want to be looking our absolute best, ladies and gents.
Upscale.
I know.
Upscale.
Please, if you look like trash, so will we. All jokes aside, we want you to invest in an outfit valued at least $1,000, and this includes jewellery, accessories, makeup and hair. Remember, ladies and gents, this wedding is $24,000 themed for a reason. If you have a year and a half to get working, no excuses. Mwah. What a horrible woman!
Wow, that's outrageous.
Talking of which, Buckingham Palace press office is on the line. and Special Branch are waiting downstairs with one of those unmarked, you know, the seriously dangerous, dodgy, unmarked wagons.
Yeah.
And the guys don't look in a good mood. They've been dragged out on a they're Friday morning early. They don't want to be here, so they're, and they're pointing the vehicle in the direction of the Tower of London, where the Ravens have left.
Look forward to working with my new producer Susan tomorrow, because you ain't going to be here. You're gone. Someone else. Nice to see you, Paul. It's unusual for you to pop in at the end of a show.
You know what? Last night I got joshed. It's my own excuse.
Gosh.
He pinned me down and he was telling me showbiz anecdotes.
We walked out because the show had finished. We went to the kitchen to clean up a bit because no one else cleans up because they're animals. And Paul just sat and went, Paul, you're on in a minute. Oh, blimey.
Thank you. Leave me alone, Josh. He's back on tonight, Josh, as well. We're talking about the Golden Globes.
He hadn't finished.
I know. Before I was so rudely interrupted.
Do you remember when we were young and had enthusiasm and dreams? They get dashed very quickly, Josh. Hold on to them while you can. What you got? So you got Josh Rom.
Lovely story tonight. OK, there's a town, even the name of the town's fantastic, called Severance, Colorado, where since 1920 it's been illegal to throw snowballs. It was covered under a catch-all bit of legislation about missiles and fireworks. Snowballs were included. Now, a 9-year-old boy called Dane Best, we're talking to his mum and dad.
Oh, brilliant. Well done.
Has managed to overturn this, OK? It's a great story. And the question they asked him, American media, who do you want to throw the first snowball at? He pointed at his 4-year-old brother, Dax.
Oh. Of course he did. Didn't he get up and make a speech or something?
He made a speech, a presentation, like a show and tell.
Yeah.
So he's a kind of hero. He's Abraham Lincoln of the future, isn't it? What a lovely story.
He's emancipated the snowball.
I know.
Well done, him. That's brilliant. Oh, you got the mum and dad. That's great.
And also a great story from Japan where I might be moving, because apparently what they've decided is if there are vacant properties and they've been vacant for 5 years, they're giving them away in a national lottery, which is an interesting notion, is it not?
I'm in.
Yeah.
I love you. You must have been to Japan before. You must have
a couple of times, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best country in the world. You went to Japan for a day.
Weekend, yeah.
Although I did see the strangest crimbo thing I've ever seen in Japan, Christmas, in a department store. It was a revolving Santa smiling and beaming on a cross, and they crucified him.
Oh my!
And couldn't work out whether it was genius kind of performance art of some kind. It wasn't a real person, or just they got it ever so slightly wrong. Because there were things that I saw when I was in Japan the last time. I saw My Fair Lady in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Left at the interval. I don't know enough by them, but it was a great thing.
What is great is the T-shirts. I would go in all the T-shirt shop because they'd have that kind of that Janglish, that broken Japanese
Did any
English.
of them fit you?
No, they didn't. I had one that I bought, and I'm glad it didn't fit me because actually it might have been a bit racist. It was a great T-shirt, but thinking on it,
Can I just say he's stroking his chest as he reminisces here.
It might have been a bit racist actually. But it was a great T-shirt. I'm not saying racism is great, obviously. Oh, I got myself in the cul-de-sac here at the end of the show, and I. Thanks for bailing me out. I'll tell you what it was off there. But Japan, they have these. I remember one T-shirt I saw this girl wearing was like a note written by a homeless person. You know, the kind of the homeless things they have saying, "I've not eaten for 2 days and I'm really hungry."
Yeah.
That was her T-shirt. I mean, I was really tasteless.
So she didn't know what it said.
No,
well, we do that. We get tattoos of
we get Japanese
writing.
Yeah, they love it. It's great. And then I bought a Japanese T-shirt with Japanese writing on. And I was in a shop and loads of people were pointing and laughing at me. And we met up with our translator and I said, why are people... She goes, oh, that's a famous advert for sanitary products for women that you're wearing in your T-shirt. So.
Should have invoiced them.
Exactly. All of that and the usual old tosh.
And Iain Lee butchered up by tenor ladies.
Yeah, we go. You see? Paul Ross will be on after 1 o'clock. I think we're done, Katherine.
I'd just like to apologise once more to our monarch. I couldn't...
Bang goes the
more
OBE.
Sorry.
Yes.
What did you say again? I missed it. What did you actually say?
I'm not saying it again.
I think Mark's forwarding it to you, isn't he?
It's taken a while to come through, but tomorrow, Paul, I will be reminding everybody who missed it. I'll post it on Twitter and everything. We'll do that. That's it. That's your lot from us. We'll be back tonight at 10. Podcasts are plenty. Go and find them. Paul Ross coming up after the news on Talk Radio.